Make sure everything is hunky-dory. There we go. Okay, yes, we are live a little early, but only because I want to annoy people and play some Christmassy tunes. Yippee,
Yay!
Skippy, Christmas music. Let's start with...
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. In heaven and nature sing. In heaven and nature.
Why am I hearing
sing.
two?
I don't know why you're hearing two.
Joy to
Okay, I'm hearing a lap,
earth,
and there's like now 3 versions going on.
Oh, that's funny.
Let men their songs
Why are you hearing feedback? That's weird.
while fields and flowers,
That sounds so weird.
Let's see, what's happening in Discord?
Repeat
Could
the
be something in
sounding
Discord.
joy. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding
Okay, I'm gonna try hanging up and calling you back.
Okay.
He rules the world with truth and grace and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness and wonders of his love. And wonders of his love, and wonders of
Much better.
his
Okay.
love.
I got stuck in a feedback loop. That was weird.
Wonders of his love.
It's beginning to look like COVID Christmas. Everywhere you go, take a look at the big box stores opening once more, while restaurants and bars are told no. It's beginning to look like COVID Christmas. Ploys to stay indoors. But the giddiest sight to see is the media will be broadcasting fear porn. Slaves that are mutinous, servants that shoot are the wishes of Tony and Bill. They will use science to ensure compliance till all of our veins have been filled. And they'll take it live on TV just to prove that it won't kill. It's beginning to look like COVID Christmas. Everywhere you go, empty chairs at empty tables, people who just weren't able to wear a mask wherever they did go. It's beginning to look like COVID Christmas. Soon Freedom Pass will start. But the thing that'll make you free is the mRNA vaccine plunged into your arm.
Well, none of the vaccines at this point appear like they'll work with a single dose. You know, the side effects were not super severe. That is, it didn't cause permanent health problems.
Are these vaccines safe?
Yeah, but some of that is not dramatic, where, you know, it's just, you know, super painful. But
it's beginning to look like COVID Christmas. Soon Freedom Pass will start. But the thing that'll make you free is that mRNA vaccine plunged into your arm. It's COVID Christmas for sure.
you can't sugarcoat it anymore. It's all about human life.
Yeah.
Don't trust China. China is asshole. Don't trust
Christmas is here. Too much food and too much wine. Star on the tree will shine. The family's here to dine. Christmas is here. Films on the TV, make up your mind. Santa's on his way tonight.
Did the song end?
Come, all
No, it
ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing choirs of angels, sing in exultation, sing all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
Just buy those face masks off the shelf. I bought 10 boxes of them for myself. Didn't help me much and now I'm totally screwed. Oh no, I got the Wuhan flu. I got myself a case of Wuhan flu. I don't know what I am supposed to do. Didn't know I had it when I gave it to you. Now we all got the Wuhan flu.
All right, let's wind it up to get some talking.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging steal. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder.
Yeehaw! Now there's a lovely song that one is.
I do like that song. What is that one called?
It is called Days of Thunder.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very original name. I'll take it though.
You know, I'm not sure who the artist is. I get all my music from Audio Blocks. I pay an annual licensing fee for all the music I can consume from them, and use it in all of my productions, be it my audio, my videos, anywhere. And it's nice to have licensed music because then I don't have to worry about, lawsuits and copyright claims and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they have some really good unknown, that's an unknown artist that's singing that.
Oh, wow.
That's not a prime time artist. Thank you. Yeah, let me take a look. I'll go take a look at it, and I'll find you who the artist is here. Let's go look them up.
Well, the primetime artists, they're not actually chosen for their bloody talent. They're only chosen because they fit some kind of model now.
Yeah, I know. They don't choose them.
I mean, at least half of them have that that device that fixes their songs for them so that they sound like they're on key.
Music. Where the hell is it? Oh, I know how to find it. Account, download history. There we go. It'll be in here. Days of Thunder. License individual. It's no longer available for download.
Oh.
Good thing I've got copies of it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to snag it off you then. 'Cause I really, really like that song.
Yeah, it's gone. It's and that's the joy of it. Days of Thunder. Yeah, it's unavailable for download. It's not even available on their site anymore.
Trippy.
Well,
I guess that makes sense. There's always so much music out there. It makes sense to take some off and put some on all the time.
I can't. Well, no, they usually keep everything on here until they probably had the licensing agreement with the author that expired, but that doesn't expire my license to continue to use it, because once I downloaded it, I've got it and I can continue to use it once I downloaded it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's interesting because it's not even available on their site anymore.
Well, I'll have to get you to shove it onto my my portable hard drive so I can just listen to it.
Yeah.
I like that song. I need to learn all the words because I like the words, but I have to listen to a song a bajillion times over in order to get the words.
Oh, absolutely. That's a shame. That's a shame that it's disappeared from there. Well, I'm so glad I got it when it was there for that brief time.
Hey, channel shift here for a sec. Do you like hot chocolate?
Yeah.
I actually don't know about you.
I don't like hot chocolate, really. I drink it every once in a blue moon. Every once in a while I have a craving for it, but that's really it.
Well, I know when I was a kid, if I made it for you, you would drink it. But as a kid, you never know if your parent is just humoring you.
Well, they're usually just humoring you.
Yeah.
Don't want to make your kid feel bad because they went to the effort to do something and you really don't like it. You do that. You do things like your kids, and like you eat and drink lots of things where you go, yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness. I remember Ivy making me coffee when she was 6.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, I bet.
But I drank it. Mm-hmm. my plant got the rest of it, but I drank it while she was around.
Yeah, you drink it, and you pretty much you've tried to hide it somewhere before you don't want to hurt their feelings. You know,
yeah.
Especially when they're young. As they get older, they can deal with it just fine. It's like
yeah.
Well, you don't want
Well,
to crush it when they're.
I was asking because the hot chocolate I was mentioning earlier was it's supposed to be like a Spanish or Mexican style, and it has chili pepper and cayenne pepper in it. I made it, and you can't really taste the spice at all. But I remember Grandma got me these like pucks from Spain, and they were so spicy and so good. I've always loved having chili in my hot chocolate ever since then.
Hard to say.
I actually went out and bought myself this little glass jar of cocoa and chili. It sucks to get it into the cup because it goes everywhere and you end up sneezing. But it tastes really good for what you do get in the cup.
Yeah, well.
The recipe I made today, though, it turned out tasting good, just not enough spice. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, it's time for us to roll up my favorite tune and my bad singing and get us ready for the show.
Shut up already. It's science.
Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In the search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Preacher man discovered, passed down from saint to sage, like a kind-hearted lover who's been lost on this stage. Went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Crossroads, sitting doing time. Junkie and the chigger just seen who done the crime. Captain pulled the trigger, guess who's doing time? They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads. Is he yours or is he mine?
Well, most definitely mine.
Search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. We're missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Devil's at a crossroads, Joker's doing fine. Just sitting doing time.
Yeah, all done now. So you're having massive feedback issues with not working correctly with Discord, huh?
Well, I'm not having feedback. What's happening is anytime you put on a song, for some reason it's cutting out, and then I can't tell if it's done or if it's just cut out again because I'm not actually even getting a full word when it's playing.
Oh, that's got to be a problem with Discord.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay for a bit while you were singing, but then it's like it lost itself again, and I didn't hear the last little while of it.
Oh, that's weird. Oh well, something new. Discord, something new to learn. Uh-oh. You're gone.
What's up? Am I gone?
Oh, no, you're back now.
Okay.
Well, let's see if we can hang on to you for the show. It is showtime. It is time to take us live. Live. Off we go. All right. Let's wind this puppy up.
At least I'm not losing your voice.
Oh, yeah. Christmasized. It's episode 491. So grab your rum and eggnog, or Coke if you prefer. We have plugins for balls, pandas, maybe, jolly music, Christmasifying. That's a really messed up word. And ClassicPress options, all coming up on WordPress plugins from A to Z. WordPress. It's the most popular content management and website solution on the internet. And with over 80,000 plugins to choose from, how do you separate the junk from the gems? Join us for a weekly, unrehearsed conversation about the latest and greatest in WordPress plugins. This is WordPress plugins from A to Z. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Coming to you direct from the Brewery Overlook in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I'm John Overall, and from her bunker hideout somewhere, we have the ever lovely
Amber Overall.
She's in a bunker hideout now. She's no longer with me here at the Brewery Overlook. We've got her on Discord so that she doesn't have to travel in this horrible weather that we've had.
It's probably nicer down by you than it is by me. Our roads are still ice.
Oh yeah, it's all clear here. We're down by the water, man. We barely have a skiff of snow. I noticed it when I had to go out to Langford yesterday, and it was like, the further I went, the deeper the snow got. It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
we still got snow covering everywhere.
Yeah. Well, this is the Christmas issue of the WP Plugins A to Z show. It's a little different than any other issue we've ever done, and it's going to have a little more fun. I've got a little bit right off the top. It is the Rona Christmas Eve of 2020. Be sure to join us next week for bringing in the Mutant New Year's Eve show. We got all kinds of fun planned for that one. It's the Mutant New Year's Eve, man.
New Year's Eve.
Mutant New Year's, man. That's the theme now. Mutant is the theme. It'll be different from normal, whatever normal is now. Keeping in tune for the new year, knowing that life is just keep in mind, life is nothing but a whole bunch of really good moments that are unfortunately not bunched together, but those moments are spread out with a whole lot of crap in between. Okay? Gets thrown at you. If you remember those good moments, it helps you get through the crap moments that have occurred to you, no matter where you are or what is befalling you. The Christmas season is the time when a lot of people start thinking about the crap, and they stop and forget to think about all those good moments that occurred to them during the year. And even in this last year, there was a lot of those. I do notice a lot of people do get hopeful this time of year. You got to remember, heck, once there was a war that was stopped just so the enemies could play soccer on the field and have dinner on Christmas Eve together. Now, granted, the next morning they got back up and started shooting each other, but hey, for one moment in time, it proved that humans can actually get along.
They also shared cigarettes.
Yeah, they did share cigarettes and other things. This is a time of year to remember that good and hope for everything that is out there, man. So the other little bit I need to let you know, we do have great appreciation for the No Agenda show, their occasional stolen sound clips,
Squirrel!
And their inspiration of ideas. This is a value for value show. And before we get started too far, don't forget you'll want to hang around to the end of the show for the question and answer segment with Amber. And if you're listening on the pod stream, you need to pop into the YouTube version to hear the rest of that. So before we get too far into it,
Thank you for sharing, John. Now get down from that soapbox.
All right.
I still love hearing that. All right. This is number 51 of 52 episodes for 2020. It's episode 491, and things on this show have now morphed into a totally new reality. We have reached week 51 of the year 2020, and we are now 40 weeks into the Rona, our new normal, which we're all kind of choking on that, I think. Though I think I prefer the new reality on this show rather than what's going on in the odd world of ours right now. I wanted to mention the conjunction I heard about, the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction on 21st. I heard it was beautiful, but we had a nasty snowstorm. So we were in the midst of a snowstorm. We couldn't see the bloody sky.
Yeah, I was rather bummed about that. I wanted to see the Christmas star.
Me too. That's what it's been dubbed. It's a Christmas star, which is kind of cool. I think it's, 800 years since it was last seen or something?
1,200.
1,200.
1,200 years since it's since Jupiter and Saturn conjuncted like this.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, it's pretty awesome. I hope someone out there who listens to this got to see it, because it's awesome. Unfortunately, though, the world has gone nuts, despite the beauty unfolding in the sky above us. This is such an interesting time for astronomy. So many things going on. But since we are not up in the stars ourselves, I say that in order to keep what little sanity we have left, create a little place, that little place I keep talking about. A little place where you can tune out for a while. It can be anywhere. A blanket thrown over your couch to build a fort, in your bed with your door closed and a do not disturb sign or a sock on your door, or even your car. Get into a space all your own, throw on some music and grab a book, or even throw on an audiobook and grab a drink. Kick back and breathe. Try to get there at least once a week, more if you can. If you have kids, let them know that they should only bother you if they are broken, dying, or bleeding for 1 whole hour. Make your area comfy for you, and try to remove all internet and radio with news hours while zoning out. Try to let go of everything outside of your control and work on pestering those you know and care about to get their own zone out spaces started. Rinse and repeat as often as needed.
Absolutely. All right. It is time for us to start rocking into the show, and we have, of course...
Please, can everybody be quiet? Please be quiet.
Shut up!
Thank you. And now the WordPress news with John Overall.
He always does such a lovely job of getting our attention for us.
He sure does.
All right, and we've got news. Some news this week, and what do we have in the land of WordPress news? First off, I do want to mention we do have a new interview out there with Dimitri from Brizzy, and go check that one out. I've got the wrong note in here, so we'll just have to...
Dimitri? I thought his name was Arendo?
No, Dimitri Balantik from Brizzy Builder.
Okay, so you have the wrong name on their notes then.
No, I have the right name on the notes. You're gonna have to look at it. I have the wrong name in the notes. In the show notes, we have the last interview in the show notes, not the current interview.
Oh, okay, my bad.
For some reason, I didn't see that in the show notes when I was doing them this morning, and my editor missed that. So, what can I say?
Time to pull out the whip.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. All right, it is. The first thing we've got here is an article about the state of the word. I did not bother watching the state of the word this year from our benevolent dictator. I just really didn't feel up to the task of listening to him drone on about how he's going to change the ecosystem again and how I have to live with it. But it is an interesting article. They highlight some of the things that WordPress managed to get releases out on top of whatever stresses the world's been encountering this year. And you might want to go check this article out. If you haven't seen the state of the word, it's usually interesting and it has some stuff in it that's going to be important. I mean, one of the main things they talk about is the coming changes in WordPress, where Gutenberg is going to be a full site editor, not just a content editor. It's going to be able to edit themes and other things, and that's going to make a mess of WordPress. I foresee us heading back to the, God, I can't remember what it's called, the AOL days, and I can't remember that site where everyone could build whatever they wanted, and it was the most entertaining websites on the planet. It was a sad day when they tore that down. Anyway, go check that information out.
Another interesting thing that they talk about is the fact that WordPress is about 2 years into a 10-year project. Apparently, we are currently in phase 2, and if you want to read more about that, go check this out. It's interesting for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm only half interested in it these days. So next article I got here, and this one here I can definitely concur with. It is an article called Virtual Events Suck. And it's a really good article, and it breaks down the reason why virtual is not the best way to do things. And it doesn't replace in-person events, and it doesn't replace human interactions, period. So it's something that's a really good article, well worth reading through. I read through 95% of it, and I really like what the author had to say about everything in here.
Yeah, I like the short list towards the bottom there. It's just pervasive surveillance, poor AV quality, poor viewing experience.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good list, and definitions and all that jazz.
Oh, yeah. The author did a great job on this article, so go check it out.
He really did.
Okay, the next one I've got here for you is, of course, a monthly roundup of part 2 of the WordPress Vulnerability Roundup. And if you're not following these, you should go check it out. iThemes is pretty good about putting this out. I get it once or twice a month. For some reason, I often miss the first one, but I get the second one. And so I often have to go back and reread the first one. But it's a good list of all the plugins that have problems, which ones haven't been patched yet, which ones have been patched, the security issues around WordPress if they have them. No, I don't want to sign up for your thing. Really good article. You'll want to go check this one out, and you'll want to sign up for yourself if you're managing any WordPress website so you can keep up to date with the security holes that occur in WordPress plugins, and they are numerous and continuous.
Sorry, I was dealing with kids.
That's all right. We'll sell them. Get a good price.
I don't know about that. The older one is especially pretty full of attitude.
Yeah, they can be. You got to get them before they start to become teenagers and develop their own attitudes. All right. Next article I've got here for you. This one here, it kind of rattles me a bit. Automatic is joining Internet Works. And Internet Works is an organization that is trying to promote the benefits of Section 230. Now, Section 230 is not our law here in Canada, but it is the law of the internet, pretty much. It's a U.S. law, and what it does is it protects platform providers or people who provide a platform for other people to speak, meaning Google, YouTube, Facebook, all those places there are supposed to be platforms that people can speak on, and Section 230 prevents them from being held liable for what other people say. But it had such wiggle room in there that it's allowed these major platforms to become censors and to actually act more like publishers versus platform providers. And this is a whole rabbit hole I'm not going to go down now. I have my full opinions upon this, and it should be changed or at least enforced upon some of these bigger companies. I'll give WordPress some credit. For the most part, WordPress.org does not act like a censor. Every once in a while, they manage to do it, but for the most part, they keep stuff up. That's like good for them for standing up for free speech. So let's at least hope they at least manage that further into the future.
When I was reading this, I was reading about how all of these companies have to have equal opportunity or something. It reminded me of the equalization of opportunity thing from Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I do have a basic understanding of this then.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's everyone thinks that equal opportunity means equal outcome. That is not how it works. There's no such thing as equal outcome. You can plant 5 seeds from the same plant 5 sunflower seeds, and you'll get 5 different plants, and you'll get one that doesn't grow worth crap. But yet you gave them each equal opportunity when you planted them in the same soil, the same sunlight, the same water. So
everyone's talking about how the powers that be are using 1984 as a handbook. I think they've forgotten that Atlas Shrugged seems to also be a handbook that they're following.
Yes, and also the Brave New World.
And Fahrenheit 351.
Yes, all of those. They seem to be combining all of those together into their handbook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the final article we've got here for you today. Yeah, we don't have a lot of news, but c'est la vie. This one here is a article from WordFence, which is a really great plugin to use to help protect your site. And they're talking about the SolarWinds attack. And if you're not paying attention to, even the mainstream media talked about SolarWinds, so I know it actually happened. The supply chain attacks and if it could happen to WordPress. And yes, this is a vulnerability of WordPress, is the supply chain attacks. And if you don't know what a supply chain attack is, go read this article to gain a better notion of what supply chain attacks are for hacking. And that say they're going after WordPress, they don't bother attacking WordPress. They'll attack the suppliers of WordPress, the ones that supply hosting, or the ones that where like WordPress had a brief vulnerability exposed when the third-party service which hosts the updates for WordPress was compromised in a minor way. I can't remember what it occurred now. It was several months back, but it was quite interesting and exposed a weakness in the third-party service of the auto updates, which is one of the reasons why I'm massively opposed to auto updates. Because auto updates, someone could compromise it and force an auto update down on you, which is sort of what happened in the SolarWinds thing. People got an auto update and it was a compromised update. So this is another reason why auto updates should be turned off on your website. Rant over.
Are you sure? Because it seems like you have a bunch more to say on this.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, John. Now get down from that soapbox.
That has so many uses now for me.
It really does. I was reading about this. I was actually surprised I'd heard about the SolarWinds thing, but I thought that they were talking about physical SolarWinds.
No.
I didn't realize that it's actually a company.
It's actually, SolarWinds is a security company, an internet security company of all things, and they were hacked.
All right. So this internet security company was hacked, and they used the hack into SolarWinds in order to hack into their customers.
Yes.
Okay.
And SolarWinds customers included Microsoft, IBM, the Pentagon. And okay. Are you seeing the problem now?
Way to hack.
Are you seeing the problem now?
Oh yeah, it's actually a very smart way to hack, and not a way that a lot of people would really immediately think about.
Oh well, hackers are actually a lot smarter than people give them credit for.
Yeah, don't I know it?
All right. This is the segment where we like to talk about the people who support our show. This is a value for value model, meaning if you're getting any value out of the show, please give some value back. And that value can be anything. Of course, one of the top things we need in here is...
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Absolutely. But if you can't send cash, well, time, talent, those always are useful. Time, there's lots of things we need done on the website or other things. Talent, we need artwork, and that's where I like to talk about the artwork that comes in. The artwork we've got this week came in from Danielle Paz and Danielle. I can't pronounce this name correctly. He's really a nice guy, but sorry, Danielle, I really don't mean to butcher your name. He supplied the artwork this week, and if you're looking on the live stream, you're getting a sneak peek of the artwork, which is a really cool piece of Christmas art. And he worked our logo over just a little bit, tweaking it, had some fun with it, and added in some caricatures, Christmas tree with WordPress ornaments, all good. Really great piece of artwork. Thanks a lot, Danielle. I greatly appreciate you sending over this artwork, and you've supplied us with the artwork for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to the piece of art I've chosen for next week. So you have to tune in next week to find out what it's going to be. Also like to talk about the executive producers. We don't have any big executive producers, that meaning anyone $50 or over, but a big thank you to all the producers who came in under $50. You know who you are. Little small amounts, a couple of bucks a month. We really do appreciate it. It does help out in its own little way. The more small subscriptions we get, though, the better it would be. So if you can, anything, $1, $5, $3 a month, hey, we'll take it all. A big thank you out there to those who have hired me because of the podcast. Thank you. And that is as good as donating to the show.
Better, I personally think.
Yeah, well, it provides me a lot. And if you hired me because of the show and you'd like a shout out here, just let me know and I'll shout you out. I don't automatically shout out people who hire me because of the show. All right, and yes, I'm still pimping out my daughter here. You want to see her pretty mug on the live stream, and it'll be much easier now. She's got a camera. I can pipe it through Discord pretty easily, I think. So
that is true.
If you want to see it now, it's going to cost $300. That is the donation amount that is required right now to get her pretty little mug up into the live stream. So until that happens, well, I'll keep raising the price. You know, it could get to the point where nobody will ever get her pretty mug on here. But so be it. Ways you can support the show. You can donate money to the show. Go submit artwork at the art generator. Submit articles, news, information, plugin suggestions, and more. Now, I do want to take out one more opportunity here to thank all the plugin developers out there that have supported the show over this past year and in the years preceding by donating plugins for us to use and give away in our contests. Those contests would not be viable without the plugin donations from the developers. So thank you very much to them. Without them, we'd have no giveaway contests for you. I went for a very long period where I didn't have any because I couldn't get anything, but thank you. And to our listeners who enter and win, thank you for entering the contest and making the contests work. Be sure to go check out the plugins and pages for those plugins that have been donated for the contest. If you decide,
I just want to add, thank you.
Yeah. If you decide to use one of those plugins for your site, please let them know where you heard about their plugin from the WP Plugins A to Z show. And we wish all you developers out there a great and prosperous year in 2021.
I wonder if it'll be any better in 2020.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be great if, as of January 1st, 2021, lockdown lifted.
Yeah, no, these little politicians out there that have gotten their first taste of power ever are really hanging on to it for their life.
Yes, but I'm saying it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
It has about as much chance as a freaking unicorn coming down the street for me to ride, but you know.
Well, you never know. That unicorn might escape from the zoo again.
I remember my grandpa, he used to tell me stories about every time that there was whitecaps in the ocean, it was unicorns running in a herd under the waves.
Oh, that's one way to think about it.
Yeah. So maybe they've all just gone underwater now, so we don't see them anymore.
It could be. Could very well be. All right. This is the point where most everyone tunes in for the show. It is where we head into the meat and potatoes of the show, into the depths of plug-in depravity we head. Okay, first one up, ClassicPress options. Well, I don't have anything for ClassicPress this week. I didn't make any time for ClassicPress. I haven't made time for ClassicPress for a while. I'm really still dependent on others for providing my ClassicPress info at this point in time. I just don't have time these days to spend investigating ClassicPress stuff, researching for ClassicPress. Just for the show. I don't have any live ClassicPress sites I'm working on. So we'll just leave it with the same random links, the same ClassicPress resources as usual. Go check those out. We'll keep ClassicPress as part of the show as long as possible and try to get more stuff in here as we can. Let's move on to WordPress plugins. And what do we have for WordPress plugins? Of course, crickets. Does anyone here else have their drinks in hand while listening? No, cricket. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I figured I'd put in crickets for the sound of crickets because it's dead in there.
Either I'm not getting a lot here in the live stream, or something else has gone wrong because I keep seeing people pop in and out, and it's just not showing very well. And not sure what the live stream's doing.
I don't know, but they're totally missing out on having a drink because I myself am enjoying a drink. So.
Yeah, well,
you're probably enjoying a drink too. Did you get eggnog or just rum?
I don't drink eggnog. That's horrible stuff. It makes me shiver. All right.
So just straight rum then?
Yeah, just straight rum, man. Straight rum and a chaser of Coke. That sounds much worse than it actually is.
Yes, it is. It does.
I should say chaser of cola. So that
there
there's
you
some
go.
clarification on what I mean. All right. So we are in the Christmassy version of WordPress plugins from A to Z. And we have Christmas.
Christmas is here. TV, make up your mind. Santa's on his way tonight.
All right, what do we got? I have a couple of Christmas plugins, and I believe Amber has some. So the first one I have for you is Christmasify. Yeah, I still can't get that.
I think you had it right the last time. Christmasify.
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 Christmasify. That's what it is. Christmasify. I practiced it earlier to make sure I'd get it right, and of course, the moment I have to say it,
it's that extra I.
Yeah, Christmasify.
It screws you up.
All right, this one here is actually a pretty cool plugin. And the two plugins I'm talking about, you can go to WP Plugins A to Z, and I'll leave them there till New Year's. At New Year's, I'll take them down. But I've Christmasified the WP Plugins A to Z site. This one here adds a lot to your site. You get a flying Santa. So if you've been watching the screen, you'll see the flying Santa's been cruising across. You get snow. You get decorations for your images. And you get this really big, massive headline. Oh, no, not this one. The other one provides the headline or the banner. You get your headlines. All your H tags are changed into a Christmassy kind of font. It's really kind of a cool plugin. It is just fun. Adds a little bit of spirit to your website. The one bonus part I loved about this plugin, though, is it will lock this into just your front page versus the entire site. So you don't have
awesome.
You don't have it throughout every single page because it can get annoying after a while. I'm fully in agreement. They can annoy you after a while. But if it's just a front page, normally people are just grabbing bits of information there. They can see the fun stuff, and then they're off, and they don't have to deal with it the rest of the time they're in your site. So this one is really, really cool. It's an absolute freebie. And of course, because it's so cool and it's Christmas time, we're going to give it a 5 dragon rating.
Oh, that sounded so weird. I only got a portion of that dragon roar.
Yeah, well, I can't control Discord.
Yeah, I checked out the site last night. It was pretty fun to watch. I really like the fact that it's only on the homepage.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one I've got is Christmas music. So this plugin, it plays Christmas music. You install and activate it, and it automatically places itself. But unfortunately, it places itself on all of your pages.
Oh,
It does have the option to stop the music, which I am eternally grateful for. More of these styles should have that option where you can press stop.
Yes.
I've been to a few pages where the music starts and you can't stop it. You have to turn off all of your sound in order to make it stop. And the music, it's like jingle bells, typical Christmas music. But the way they play it reminds me of the kind of music you would hear in elevators or at shopping malls back in the 90s. Not the best sound, but definitely Christmas music, Now, with the Pro option, you can use your own music list, which would be awesome. And it also allows for you to actually choose which page it goes on to. It seems like the free version is really just a tester to see if it works on your site. And in order to get any of the worthwhile bits, you have to pay for it. So if you're simply looking for some Christmas music that is reminiscent of shopping malls and elevators for this time of year, this is a good one for you. But if you're looking for something more in depth at no cost, this won't work for you. I rated this at 3 dragons.
Too bad.
Yeah.
All right.
It's because of how they set it up. It's just not a great way to set it up.
No.
If you're going to make it free, give people what they should have when it's free.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the next one and the last plugin. We're only doing a couple of plugins each today.
Yeah, I convinced them.
We're light on them. But this one here, the title is what got me, but I was so disappointed after I put it up there. It's the Christmas Panda. I mean, even their pictures showed it was a Christmas Panda, and I was so disappointed they didn't have the panda for me to choose as a thing. I wanted to have a panda on the website, but it is a cool It is a cool plugin. This is the one that if you look at the WP plugins, we got that big giant Merry Christmas banner across the top of the page. And it puts it across the top of your whole site, which is okay because it's just the top. And it scrolls away as people scroll, which is good. Now, you could use it and have it stick to the top, which I wouldn't recommend. Just have it scroll away. People can see it. But it also produces a pop-up. And they give you a bunch of different pop-ups to do. And the pop-up is kind of cool. I chose the lazy fat Santa sleeping on his bag instead of getting up his butt and doing his work like he's supposed to. But so be it. And it also adds snowfall animations if you want it. I have it turned off in this plugin because I'm using the snowfall from the other plugin. And then it has additional other Christmas decorations across the site that can be used. Now, it does dump everything across your whole site. And this one here, oh, I missed the music bit on the first one. The first one adds the music bit. And it adds it at the bottom of the website. It adds a player, so it doesn't automatically play the music. People have to push the button to play the music in the player at the bottom of the website. So that one there. But the Christmas Panda, really cool one. Great free plugin. Does a great job. Well done. Decorations all look great. It works well. Another freebie. And of course, we'll have to give this one a 5 dragon rating. Uh-oh.
I just went to check out your website. All right, you have to do the dragon.
There we go. For some reason, I kept pushing the button and it wouldn't give me the dragon. Dragon was hiding.
It's tired, man. It's supposed to be in slumber for the whole entire season. Don't you know this?
Well, he can slumber some other time.
I just checked out your website just to look at the pictures again. The music automatically plays.
Not for me, it doesn't.
Huh, that's interesting. My last plugin is Christmas Ball on a Branch.
Ball on a Branch.
Yes, I chose it specifically because of the name. It just makes me happy. Christmas Ball on a Branch. Once you install and activate this, a little cartoonish evergreen bough appears on the upper right-hand corner of your screen on your site, and there is a bright red Christmas ornament swinging in the non-existent wind. It looks so happy up there. It's like it's dancing in the wind.
Cool.
It would work beautifully together with the snow plugin, so either the one that you just said. I personally recommend the Weather Effect Christmas Santa snow falling plugin. I reviewed that back in October because it had the Halloween addition to it. But this has an amazing option area in the settings and would go great on the with the Christmas Ball on a Branch.
Cool.
So it's just such a simple plugin. It's so neat, totally free, and I rate it 5 dragons.
So now the dragon works.
Of course it does. It likes me more.
Piss on him. All right. This show currently brought to you by... Are you tired of the same old web hosting? Not having the resources you need to run your website properly? Having a lack of control? Then you need johnoverall.com web hosting, providing you with all the resources you need to smoothly run your WordPress website or ClassicPress website. With strict limits on the number of clients allowed per server, johnoverall.com provides high-quality, fast server performance. Visit johnoverall.com for web hosting that won't slow you down. Absolutely. Best hosting going. And I am running, I expect by the time this next year is over, I will not be taking any new hosting clients. I'm finishing cleanup of my last server here soon, and once it's up and running, it has a limited number of accounts it can hold, and once it's filled, that's it, folks. So if you're interested in getting high-quality hosting, you want it in the new year, you better reach out to me before all the slots are gone. All right, and... a little bit of listener, this is not listener feedback per se, but just a couple of comments I want to stick out there. One, I want to mention Jess, the winner of our contest for the cart lift plugin, and his company called Silent World Apparel. Go check them out. They've got some really great artwork that goes on t-shirts and bags and clothing and lots of different stuff available for men, women, youth. It's really great stuff. And no, they're not paying me. I just thought there was really cool stuff that they have, and I thought they should get a shout out. All right. For those who listen to the No Agenda show, make sure you go check out my new pet project, the No Agenda Red Book Predictions. If you listen to the show for any length of time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I've started to track their predictions, when they made them, who made them, and if they get fulfilled or not. If you happen to know of any, send them my way. That's just a little sneaky bit. All right, and contests. We do have a new contest, and our contests are powered by the Simple Giveaways plugin. These guys were kind enough to provide us with a free version of their premium version plugin, and it is a great plugin for running all kinds of contests on your website and more. And they've built some really great tools in this plugin. I've been using this plugin since literally it was brand new. I think I found it in the first 2 weeks it was in the repository. And it was pretty raw then, but it worked better than anything out there. And they've done nothing but improve it over the last 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure how long they've been, but I know it's been at least 3 or 4 years. Okay, so the contest we have coming up now, starting as of today, you can enter for your chance to win an unlimited lifetime license of the Brizy Builder, available over at brizy.io. This is a really great tool for building out your website for WordPress and other places. And you'll really want to go check this one out. It's a really great plugin. Also, I have an interview that I just got launched this last week with Demi Button. I can't do it. With Demi, the co-founder of the Brizy Page Builder. It is a really good interview where we talk about the Brizy Page Builder and more. So go check out this interview with Dimitri, and you will find it very useful. And go enter the contest to win. You can go to wpplugins.com/contest to enter the contest. Okay, the plugins I covered up in this episode were the Christmas Panda, which doesn't have a panda, but I still gave it a 5. And the Christmasify.
Christmasify, that's a good way to pronounce it.
Well, you see, I never pronounce the same word twice, so what can I say? Which I gave a 5 to.
I covered Christmas Ball in a Branch, which I gave a 5 to. And Christmas music, which it seems that you want me to give it a 5, but I actually gave it a 3.
We'll fix that. Now it's a 3. I don't know why I did that. I saw 5.
Probably because you feel like everything should be 5 on Christmas.
Well, that's what it should have all been 5 on Christmas. You know, you should have picked a plugin that you could give a 5 to instead of some poor loser.
But I really wanted to get that one out there because I both love and hate those Christmas music things. I was really looking forward to it actually being like pretty awesome in the free version. That's the only one that played Christmas music.
So be it. Okay, now reminders, commercials, promotions, all those bits and pieces that we stick here in the end. I like to stick them here before we get into the Q&A segment, and that way we halfway through the Q&A segment when I hit the credits, you know you got to come back to the YouTube version for the rest of the Q&A. All right, the reminders right now, meetups. I'm going to make an honest effort in the new year to bring back the meetups, and we will call them the WP Plugins A to Z protests, because it seems protests are exempt from mass gatherings. So we will just call them protests. True. There'll be protests and not meetups, and we'll get together and we'll protest. We'll protest. We'll have an actual protest. We'll protest our benevolent dictator. That's a reasonable thing to protest. So I agree. We'll do that. I'll make an honest effort to bring those back in the new year. And for those of you that would like to be on an interview show, developers, reach out to me at wppluginsa2z.com/interview. You want to find out more about me and my particular breed of insanity? Go check out theroguestavern.com, where I've got my adventures, my latest videos, and the videos have gotten better with my new equipment recently. So go check all of that out. Also, if you are interested in being a guest host on this show, we still have that offering up there. You got to go find it, though. I'm not going to tell you where. It's on the website. There's a link. Become a guest host. Click on it, fill it out, enter it. Make sure you have Discord, and it seems we're going to be using Discord more into the future. I may actually have to create a Discord server, and we'll bring people into that, and we'll have some fun. We'll make this more entertaining in the year. I mean, the show has morphed a lot in the last year from what it was. And if you have any questions on plugins that we've reviewed or anything else, just submit them to the website at wppluginsa2z.com. Submit plugin review. And it is time. I lost it again.
Time for.
Yeah, hush. It moved itself on my board here.
It's playing hide and seek.
It's question and answer time.
There we go.
All right. Sort of.
One more time then.
It's question and answer time.
With Amber.
Much better. All right. So, my first question for you is, what is SMTP, and is it something that you would choose over POP3? I read about having your own SMT servers. What are they talking about there?
Okay. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transport Protocol.
Mm-hmm.
It is what every single email on the internet is sent using. And
Okay, so
SMTP servers are what is used to send your email. And POP3 is a way of retrieving the emails that the SMTP server is holding on to.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
You can use, to retrieve your emails, you can use one of two methods, either the IMAP method, which I have no idea what IMAP stands for, or POP. I'm not even certain what that one stands for anymore. I've just long since forgotten what those icons mean. But POP3 used to be the most common way of retrieving email, but the SMTP server is what is used to move your email from your computer to somebody else's computer. And what's in between your computer and somebody else's computer is the SMTP server. So when you send an email, say you use Shaw Email to send your email, you first send it to Shaw's SMTP server, and Shaw goes, okay, it looks like a legitimate email, looks like a legitimate address. Okay, well, let's send it over to the website or the web server, the SMTP server that has this mailbox. And so they send it to that and it arrives. Like if you get email at wppluginzaz.com, that is an SMTP server, and it gets an email. It says, oh, it looks like a legitimate email. Well, it might be spam, so we may tag it spam. And if it's spam, we get rid of it. But we hold it here. We stick it in your mailbox. Now, if you want it from your mailbox, what you have to do is you have to connect to the SMTP server with a protocol and a program such as Outlook, Microsoft Mail, Google Mail, any of the other multiple mail programs out there. I remember the day when there was only 3. Now there's dozens. But anyway, you connect up to that to get your email from the SMTP server, and you will either connect to the SMTP server via POP protocol or IMAP protocol. The main difference between the POP protocol and the IMAP protocol is with POP protocol, you can go fetch your email from the server and you can pull it down off the server and erase it from the server with POP. And it's no longer available anymore. Or with POP protocol, you can leave a copy on the server for X number of days or indefinitely. Once upon a time, it was standard to leave the email on your mail server for 30 days, and after 30 days, it got erased. That's what POP does. IMAP is a little different. If you've used Outlook or folders, if you've used folders in Outlook or Gmail or anything else, those are all different folders, how you organize your email. Mm-hmm. If you're connected via IMAP, that foldering system you do on your email program is duplicated on the SMTP server. So all your emails are contained on your computer and contained on the SMTP server. They're only deleted from the SMTP server when you delete them from your mail program. And I don't mean just throw them in the trash can. I mean empty the trash can. That's when they are finally deleted from the SMTP server. So IMAP is a synchronizing thing, and POP is just copying down the email. How's that for an explanation of really giving you more information than you asked for?
Actually, no, that is exactly how much information I need in order to understand. Because I went through something like 20 different pages trying to understand this bloody thing. Yeah. But your fairly short explanation in comparison to my attempt at research actually makes a hell of a lot more sense. Thank you.
Well, the reason I know that is because I run SMTP servers. I've been running SMTP servers for 20 plus years. This 2021 we're coming into. So I guess it's 22 years this year since I launched my first web server. But
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Having your own SMTP server, is that like what the Amber at wppro.ca? Is that my own server, or
no?
What is that?
The server is wppro.ca, but it's not actually an individual server. My web server, which hosts upwards of 50 or 60 clients at a time, has one SMTP server, and they each have their own chunk in that SMTP server. So they're basically isolated the same way their websites are isolated on the server.
Oh, so it's kind of like an apartment within an apartment complex.
That's one way to think about it. It's an apartment. It's an apartment inside an apartment building. Yes.
Okay, well that makes sense to me.
And inside the apartment building, everyone has their own stove.
I think my city girl side is showing.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, and that's how it works. But yeah, SMTP, and it is good. A lot of people, they depend upon Google for their email, but and Google's actually nothing but a big giant fancy SMTP server. But the difference is Google's reading all your mail. For those that don't understand that, when you're using Gmail, every email is being read by Google, every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they use them to deliver you a better experience for advertising. But what other knowledge are they gleaning from reading your email? Are they getting those sexy, hot emails between your lover?
Ads. It never occurred to me why I was getting such weird ads. But that explains it, using my emails in order to make ads.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and if you want to do it, you want to just send some emails for random shit that you'd never look up and watch your ads change, or go.
Oh, my friend and I, we did a test.
Mm-hmm.
We had our phones out in front of us, and we started talking about fish food. Just for a random topic. We talked about fish food probably for about 10, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately her phone started getting all kinds of ads popping up for different kinds of fish food.
Oh, their phones aren't listening to you at all. Not in the least.
I have everything turned off on my phone, so I didn't end up getting any ads for fish food. We were testing to see if turning this stuff off actually works, and it does seem to.
Yeah, to some extent.
I still haven't gotten any ads for fish food or anything, but that was really creepy how she suddenly started getting all kinds of ads popping up for fish food.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so my second question. Okay, I developed this question from listening to an older episode of No Agenda.
Okay.
What is a Raspberry Pi?
It's a really delicious.
What is it for, and how do you use it?
Well, it's a really delicious pie, and if you really know how to make a crust properly, it tastes good. But make sure you don't put too much sugar, because otherwise it gets too sweet and it doesn't have the tartness to it. And then how you use it, of course, is you slice it into big chunks. You put whipped cream on it, and you. All right, no, seriously.
Okay, PI. What is a Raspberry
Pi?
Pi?
Pie. It's all pie to me. You get some pie. Put it on your head. All right. What Raspberry Pi is Raspberry Pi is a small microcomputer, I believe. I looked into it once, and it is a small, cheap, build-it-yourself computer. And they're dirt cheap. They run a basic Linux system, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it's used for learning about computers. The stuff like you may remember when you were a kid and I had computer parts strewn all over the house constantly. I constantly getting in and out of computers. It's that stuff they don't do that so much anymore. Everyone gets their phone, which you can't disassemble. You can't take it apart easily to see how it works. Even a modern computer, people don't buy computer components anymore. They go, does this computer look good enough? It might, and they buy a computer already assembled and ready to go. They don't build a computer part by part by part. And Raspberry Pi helps you learn about all of that, gets you down to the basics of what a computer is. And I've looked into it once. I didn't dig too deeply into it, but you can use it to build. I believe Adam No Agenda Show used the Raspberry Pi to build a Echo or an Alexa type of machine. He used it to build his own Alexa feedback thing.
Alexa feedback?
When
like
you
the
holler,
feedback I experienced earlier today?
No, when you holler out, "Hey Alexa, go play me something," or
okay.
or Google, set me a timer. I get astounded at people that holler into their phone to get shit done. It's like, okay, I guess we're slowly heading towards Star Trek. Computer, make me a hot tea. So that's Raspberry Pi is your basic of basic computers, and they're usually less than $100 for something you can experiment with, and it's great for kids that are really interested in this stuff because it gives them something to learn the real basics of.
New idea for the younger of my two.
Yes, the one that loves taking shit apart and putting it together.
Oh, she got something really cool. I did Christmas Day with a couple people yesterday, and one of the gifts that my daughter Alea got was, it's like electronic Lego. She gets to make a series and parallel series of circuits, and she's building all these little things with this Lego. It is so cool.
Oh, cool.
She's spent a lot of time working on that. It's pretty cool to every once in a while she comes out and shows me the fan or the light or whatever
So
that she's made.
at the rate she's going to be an engineer.
Probably. She's mentioned an interest in that a couple times.
Yeah, well, there's multiple types of engineers, not just the ones that build buildings, but the ones that build electrical systems, computer engineers, engineers, or there's mechanical engineers, and they cross boundaries a lot.
Yes, engineers are sworn at multiple times by welders.
Oh, I used to swear at the engineers when I was an automotive mechanic. I still swear at the engineers when I'm working on computers. It's like, what the fuck are they thinking? Obviously, they never get out in the field. Everything works wonderful in theory, but then they hand it to the people who actually have to work on it, and we have to redesign the damn thing. All right. We'll let you holler out the next question, then we're going to hit the credits and break it apart.
It's kind of like 10 questions in one. So you want me to read the whole thing?
Yep, read the whole thing.
All right. When you are having troubles, the plugin on your site, sometimes the makers of the plugin want your login info to check out your website to see what's going on. Do you give them your own personal login info, or do you make an account for them? If you're making an account for them, how do you set it up? With their email or your email? Do you give them administrator access? How do you keep a monitoring eye on them while they are in there themselves? Do you delete the account afterwards?
Excellent question, and I had some really great stuff for that, and we will get to that question right after the credits. So those of you listening on the stream, you're going to have to tune into the YouTube version to get that answer. So I'm going to let my girl take us on out of here and enjoy my tequila shots. Off we go.
Excellent. Reminders for the show. All show notes can be found at wppluginsaToZ.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A to Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by developers because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to wppluginsaToZ.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show at Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and in the iTunes Store. You can also leave us a review on our Facebook page using wppluginsaToZ.com/Facebook. You can also watch the show live on YouTube, check out the screencasts and training videos, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. Follow the show on Twitter at WPPluginsAtoZ. John can also be reached at his website, johnoverall.com, or email him directly, john@wppro.ca. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the show. This show is copyright by johnoverall.com. So until next time, have yourselves a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be out there on the globe today.
Okay. All right. When you're having troubles with a plugin and you're getting the developers to come help you, There's lots of ways you can do this. Now, before I dig into it too far, we'll let you know, first off, what I used to do is I would never, ever give out my personal login information for a website, number one. Never.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Never give that out. I used to go create an account for them to use, and I would not use their email. Nowadays, you kind of have to use their email because WordPress can be a pain in the ass getting them to log in the first time. It wants to email them the information. You can still bypass that by creating the password you're going to give them, and you can use. I used to use a special dev at WP plugins, for example, password that was an email address I controlled so that they could never be abused, because I'm trusting, but to a point, like anyone else should be. And so I would create the account, I would give them a window, and I would set something in my calendar to remind me to check on it a week after, or I'd be in contact. But the moment we'd gone back and forth enough and the problem was solved, I would immediately go in and delete the account so that it was gone. Because you can always recreate the account. But that's what I used to do. Now, there is other ways to deal with it now. One of them, there's a really great plugin that I stumbled across probably about a week ago, and I think I've put it in my list of plugins to cover down the road because it wasn't imperative. And what this plugin does is you can create them a subscriber account on your website. And subscriber accounts are fine because you're going to have, if you've got an e-store on your site, you have lots of subscribers to your website.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can do is you create them a subscriber account, and this plugin, you can temporarily raise their access to administrator, and it allows you to set a timer on there so that it auto expires and puts them right back down to subscriber after, say, a week or 2 weeks. And so you don't have to remember to go in there and do anything. It just automatically knocks them back to subscriber level status and keeps them there. So,
okay, but something that I came across when I was doing research is that in order for them to actually figure out what's going on your site, they need administrator access in order to really test everything.
Yeah, well, that's
so. If you use that plugin and you make them a subscriber, doesn't that make it impossible for them to figure out what's going on?
No, because the plugin gives them administrator access for a brief time.
Oh, okay.
It raises their level to administrator access. And then after the period you set, it knocks their level back down to subscriber. So it keeps it from being like if they lose track or say somebody in their company is less than scrupulous, it prevents them from abusing your site.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's lots of plugins like that out there that do similars. There's also another one. There's a plugin, and I reviewed it, a year, maybe 2 years ago, so it may or may not exist. But there was a plugin where you could create temporary accounts that were short-lived. You could create an account that would last for a week or two, and they would auto-terminate at the end of that. So there's lots of things that are out there to do that, to create the accounts. And usually when you're having this kind of thing done, you're monitoring what they're doing anyway, because you're sending emails back and forth. They ask you questions, how'd you do this? Or they send and say, we fixed this, please go look at it. You look at it and go, no, it's not working, or yes, you solved it. All of that stuff. So I've used support like that a few times. I'd say probably 10 or 20% of my time at most.
Now, the other aspect of this is, do you keep yourself logged in to keep an eye on them, or what do you do? Just cross your fingers and hope?
No, you cross your fingers and hope, or you set up a tracking plugin on your website. There's lots of tracking plugins to track every event that occurs. So you can see what they do. You can see what they do to your site. Now, this does lead to another question, because sometimes what happens is they can't solve the problem with strictly administrative access to your website. They need FTP access to your website. And that's a massively higher risk to give them FTP access to your website. You have to really have faith in the company you're working with that they're not going to screw you over in any way. And because FTP access gives them total access to the back end of your website where they can literally do anything. Admin access on your WordPress website is still limited. So FTP access, and if you got to give them if I have to grant FTP access, I do go create them a separate FTP account, and then I monitor stuff to see what they're up to and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I've been pretty successful. They've always been good, and usually these companies that I'm dealing with have always been straightforward, honest. They have a reputation to protect. Like any good company, they have a reputation to protect, and they're going to do the best they can to protect that reputation. The problem comes is if you hit a company which has a less than stellar reputation. So you'll want to check to see if the company has a good reputation before you even grant them access to your website for anything. But on the whole, you'll find that on the whole, dudes named Ben developers are pretty honest people for the most part. All the ones that are public facing are honest people. Your hackers, they're not public facing. They don't even try to pretend to be nice to you to gain access. They just break their way in. So now the biggest risk I find with giving information to a company is not the people you're dealing with. It's like if it's a really big company, they may have less than scrupulous employees working for them who abuse everything, and they don't know about those employees until the employees do damage to them. And that's where the biggest risk falls.
Okay, well, that led me to two more questions. One, how do you give someone FTP access? Do you what do you do?
That's done through your control panel. In your C panel, there's a spot in your C panel to create an FTP account.
Okay, so you create a whole new account for them.
Yep. And you limit them. When I create them an FTP account, you can lock them to certain directories of your website. You can lock their FTP to specific directories that they need and not let them have access to everything. It's like a full-blown FTP account to a website. I have access to their emails. I have access to everything.
Okay.
So you have to if you create an account, you have to lock them to the specific directories they need.
And how do you do that?
When you're creating the account, you determine what directory to start in. You just have to know what directories they need. And I'm not going to go into explaining those ones right now. We'll show you that on another
I'm
day.
still confused by half the directories in that area.
After you look at it long enough, you'll know exactly what files should always be in WordPress, and you'll know the moment a WordPress website has been hacked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's certain there's only so many files a WordPress needs to run, and any extra files are usually hacked files.
Okay. Well, I guess I've looked at it enough to recognize the basic pattern. Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah, after a while, you'll recognize them all. I recognize pretty much all of them now. Can't name them to you, but I recognize them.
So my second question was, how do you check into I don't even know the word, but the honesty, I guess, of the company? How do you check that out?
Just do a Bing search or a DuckDuckGo search, or that other company with the googly eyes. The one thing you want to do, you want to find out about a company, just type in company name sucks.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Do that.
What do you get when you put that?
You'll find out if people have complained about them, because usually what they type in their sentence is, this company X sucks, and here's why. Yeah, it's company sucks, or company problems, or company issues, or company reputation. You know, it doesn't come up as well as it used to. I mean, the Google searches have become piss poor over the last year and a half, I find. Even their technical ones. And DuckDuckGo is even losing it. It's like DuckDuckGo was really good, but recently I went looking for something. It's like, seriously, you can't find it, but I can find it on Google? What's wrong, DuckDuck? You know, it's like, and Bing is starting to become better and better. And I don't know all the other search engines out there. The problem is they're all busy censoring shit with their algorithms now to protect their ass for some reason, instead of actually delivering information.
I was just going to say, Bing seems to be leading the charge on awesomeness lately.
Yeah, Bing is leading the charge on awesomeness lately, but it just seems they seem to love passing the baton between each other. I don't know why.
So before we close out the show, I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to have a drink with me and just chat for a bit on air.
Sure.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking rum. I need to fill some more, though.
Well, obviously you're drinking rum, but what kind of rum?
I don't know. I think I'm drinking Appleton Estate Signature Blend. Why?
Appleton Estate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any.
I don't expect you to have bamboo.
I drank all the bamboo. I use most of the bamboo to create vanilla.
Why is the rum always gone?
The rum is always gone. It's always gone. Yes. It's always gone. But okay, I'll chat with you here. So we'll call this the end of the show, and I'll come back in a minute, but we're just going to let the stream run. But I have to go refill my rum and then stop in the pisser.
All right, so you're going to put the end of the thing on?
Oh, the show's already ended.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can
That's
I can wrap another ending on it too. That gives me long enough to run to the pisser.
Sure.
We'll wrap another ending. This is the ending of the ending. Well, actually, let's do this. This will be the ending of it.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder.
I think the song is over because I'm not really hearing anything anymore.
Yeah, it's done. It just
Okay.
ended. And I was changing my screens, since we're going off that show here, I've decided to flip to the Rogues Tavern Sunday morning service screen.
Oh, cool. Well, I figured this is our Christmas version. We should definitely have a little bit of time at the end where we're just, being human and not doing the bit that we always do.
Yep. Why not? I'm looking at all my other screens here I've got going. I have a whole bunch of specialized screens set up in my my OBS. Because I used to
OBS?
I don't know what OBS stands for. It's the streaming program I use for streaming to YouTube.
Okay.
Being on Discord, I only get to hear the song as though it were playing on a scratch record. Yeah. Yeah, something about Discord doesn't like you.
No, it hates me.
I'm
I
trying
really
to
like
catch
that
up
song.
and catch obscure and closed pegs rather than a pin. Either way, looking forward to hearing how it works for you.
Yes, Hemdian is awesome. He gave me an idea for a New Year's gifty thing.
Oh, okay. Appleton State. Appleton's all right. I'm not overly fond of Appleton's. You know, I'm using their signature one because it's cheap, because I spent most of my money to buy a Christmas present for somebody else, which is a $62 bottle of booze.
Is that how much bamboo costs?
No, bamboo's only $55.
Oh, okay.
I bought a bottle of bourbon for someone.
And what was it you said about getting bamboo? Get the clear bottle or something?
Yeah, get the clear bottle, not the black bottle.
Yeah, so you hear that, Hundian? Make sure you get the clear bottle, because apparently that one tastes good. That's the one Dad shared with me, and I really, really like it.
It's really good. The black bottle doesn't have the same flavors, so they charge $10 more for it. I thought it might be better, and it turns out not so much. Their clear bottle's like $55 for the bottle, and it's really, really, it's like drinking liquid butterscotch.
So good.
Except it's got all these massive subtle flavors in it. It's amazing rum. You can drink it, and before long you're hammered. You drank half the bottle and you didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I'm not much one for whiskey, but spice box whiskey, I really like that stuff. Then again, it's also flavored and really, really tasty. It's another one where it's like drinking liquid candy.
Yeah, well, some of those boozes are just amazing. But I'll tell you what, Bumbu makes amazing vanilla. My Bumbu vanilla is finally ready. I made a batch of cookies, and God, they're really super good. The Bumbu adds a little extra flavor to the cookies.
Nice.
So,
hey, do I get one of those cookies?
There's a couple left. I guess I can put some in your stocking for you.
Yay!
The boys didn't eat them all, and the only reason they didn't eat them is because the bottoms were slightly darker than they should be. They weren't burnt, but they were. The boys didn't like. The boys felt they were burnt, so it's like, oh, whatever. That means
Hennessy XO. I don't even know what that is.
Hennessy's a whiskey.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he's right. It's really expensive whiskey.
I don't actually know much about whiskeys. Like I know about Spice Box because it's tasty.
I learned about I learned about bourbon from my ex, but whiskeys and stuff I don't, and I'm not a fan of whiskeys or bourbons, but rum, give me rum any day.
A buddy of mine, he actually he drinks bourbon, and he introduced me to bourbon and iced tea. And it's really good. Mind you, he gets this bourbon bottle with, it looks like blood dripping down, but it's wax.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I don't know if that's like better rum or better bourbon or cheaper bourbon. I don't know anything about bourbon, but I know it tastes really good in iced tea.
Yep.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
No? Okay.
I just got sidetracked checking on something.
Holy cow.
Holy cow, what?
Hennessy XO costs $300.
Whoa, that's some expensive booze. That's not something you sit there. That's a true sipping booze.
Yeah, that's one where you take like half a fingerful a month.
Unless you have more money, you know what to do with. No, I'm still here.
No? Okay.
I just got side. Yay, okay, feedback.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm getting feedback again.
No, that was me. That was me. I was checking to see if the live stream was still going. And that was us listening to us.
Yay, good times.
Well, I wanted to make sure we had like people popping in and out for a while for some reason. And it's like, okay, well, I guess we're just boring as hell today, but
I guess so. Although Hendian is awesome. He's always here.
Yeah, he's always here.
I think so far he's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, somebody to make it fun and enjoyable. So let's see, what do we got? I'm excited. I found myself the 3030 that was eluding me. It seems 3030s have become extremely popular across North America in the last 4 months.
Apparently. Like, nowhere in Canada can you find one now.
No, you have to find used ones, which I'm really happy with used ones. They're better quality anyway. But the fact that nobody has any new ones, and ammunition is like near impossible to find right now. I'm so happy I stocked up on ammunition back in the spring.
So in order to find ammunition, okay, I don't know much about this. Are you able to order ammunition from other countries and stuff?
Nope. Got to buy it in Canada.
No?
Got to.
Oh, jeez.
Canadian law, man. Very tightly controlled, man. Us gun owners, we are the most investigated Canadians. I got the RCMP climbing up my butt on a daily basis. Literally, I have a police background check run on me on a daily basis.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My name is run through the RCMP database looking for any infringements every single day. That's the hazard.
That would be weird. Okay, how do you know that? Do you just know that because it's a fact, or do you know that because you get like notifications?
No, they're told. They tell us that. They tell you that when you get your license.
Oh.
And it's constantly talked about. It's not something they talk about. It's something it's a computer generated. It's automatic computer runs your name. Because I have a firearms license, my name is run through the database daily, looking to see if I've committed any crimes in the last 24 hours.
That's so odd.
Yeah, it's because Canadian firearms owners are the most law-abiding people in Canada.
Mm. You know, it's usually the people who are the most law-abiding that break the most laws.
Really? I guess they're just better at not getting caught. They're just better at not getting caught then.
Well, here's a great example. Batman. He was like the most law-abiding citizen in the entire universe, but look what he did at night.
Yeah, but he had such cool toys to do it with.
That is true. Originally, Batman was a fantastic investigator. Then they turned him into a rich boy with toys. Yeah. I was so pissed.
Mm-hmm. I know, he's always been a rich boy with toys.
Hey, the original comics, he was an amazing investigator. He was like Sherlock Holmes level.
But he was still a rich boy with toys. He's always been
so is Sherlock, but still,
he's always been a rich boy with toys.
The intelligence level of him was much higher.
Well, yeah, they had to lower his intelligence to match the population.
It's disturbing and depressing.
Well, that's unfortunately where we are in the world today.
And yet, for Superman, they actually had to heighten his intelligence level from the original comics.
Really? I thought his intelligence was always pretty high.
No, in the original comics, he was not very intelligent. He was like the typical linebacker, stupid, blonde intelligence level, and was a major womanizer kind of person. And then as time went on, they raised his intelligence, raised his morals, because he had very few in the beginning of the comics.
Oh, well, that one has made him a much cooler superhero. I never read some of the original stuff then.
Oh man, he was like extreme misogynistic asshole in the beginning.
Uh-huh. He was created back in the 1930s.
I liked the original comics of a bunch of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man was also way cooler. Like in the original Spider-Man comics, he was a smart, geeky kid who made his own web. It was so cool. They actually showed all of his failures of attempts at making webs throughout the comics, but then they get him into the movie and magically he develops the capability to make web from his wrists. Doesn't even make sense.
Well,
it's not where the spindle goes on a spider. Come on.
Well, they've got to appeal to the easy generation that doesn't want to work anymore.
I'm such a comic book geek. I really am. I could probably go on for hours. Oh, there's a fruit fly on my desk.
Kill it quick before it breeds.
I did.
Too late. It's already
that doesn't
bred.
mean there won't be more.
It's already bred.
Yeah. I'm not sure where they came from this time. We haven't even brought bananas into the house recently. I'm pretty sure they come from bananas.
Well, that's one of the biggest things they come from is bananas, but they also come in other fruits.
Like oranges?
Yes, oranges. Lots of things.
Okay. We've had a lot of oranges. My daughter Ivy, she actually ate like 9 oranges all in a go the other day.
Good. Get the vitamin C level up.
She just corrected me. She ate 8 in a go, not 9. Huge difference.
Yeah, big difference. Very huge difference. Massive difference.
So did you manage to refill your rum then?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, don't worry, cool. Hemdian. Yeah, the YouTube's going to continue going, and it's going to be a very long stream when it wraps it up. But, you can always scroll back while it's still playing live and listen to the beginning of the show. And when you catch up, you can scroll to the end and catch. I do it all the time. I catch these live streams and they're already like half an hour into it. I just roll it right back to the beginning and then play it out. So it's just the way.
No, you could do that.
Oh, yeah. You can do that. Anytime you catch a live stream, you can just catch it and roll it right back to the beginning of it.
Oh, cool.
And then you can play it out to the end. And even if they cut off and finish, you'll still be able to play out to the end of the show. And you don't have to load it up on your thing. I do it all the time because I never catch a stream. I try to catch streams when they start. I have a few that I want to watch regularly, but I always forget. And I usually show up 5, 10, 20 minutes into it, and I just roll it right back to the beginning and start watching from there. That way I catch.
That is a really neat thing to know. Like there's live streams I catch and they're halfway through, and so I just log off because it's like, I missed most of it. It's not important enough.
No, you can roll them back. Plus, you can roll back and forward in their live stream. You can move anywhere in that live stream you want from where they are to any point in the past and move it back and forth. I do it all the time.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So on New Year's Eve, we're going to be doing the same sort of thing?
Yep, we'll be doing the same thing. Except it's the theme is mutants, so we got to find mutant plugins.
Do the Ninja Turtles count as mutants?
Yeah,
they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're mutants, aren't they? That makes them mutants, yeah. It's all mutants. It's all good.
What about X-Men? Do they count as mutants?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, we'll go with X-Men.
These things are good to know. You know, I was really excited because Alea was interested in comic books for a little while, but then she completely lost interest, and now I'm the only one in my house with any interest in comic books.
Yeah, I had an interest.
Kind of sad.
I had an interest when I was young, and I had a massive comic book collection. Most of it got stolen or disappeared in some of my mini moves. I actually used to have some serious collectibles from the 60s and 70s.
Well, I know that I still have most of your Archie comics.
Yeah, I used to like
me, and I pass them to my kids.
Cool. I used to like Archie. Archie, some of the original Archie. It's like you look at the Archie from the 70s and look at Archie from today, and it's like, oh fuck, poor Archie. He's been so different. He's been so cucked. He's no longer even a man.
Well, even in the 90s, he was more of a guy than he is now, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the way through the 90s. He was okay all the way up to the 90s, and then they fucking took his balls off.
Late 90s, because early 90s he was still a guy, and he still made his own choices. Now, he always either acquiesces to Veronica or bows down to Betty.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they took his balls off.
They really did. Yeah. Poor guy.
All right. Yes, I'm editing the show I'm editing the stream, this part that goes up to the podcast. Okay. Well, let's see if we can hang on to you for the show.
Epic miniseries subsidiary of Marvel. I don't actually know Epic.
Epic what?
Oh, Hendian. He was saying he was into Epic, a miniseries subsidiary of Marvel. I don't actually know Epic, although now I'm going to have to go look into it because it sounds familiar. I think I might have seen it, but not actually read it.
Yeah, I don't recognize it. All right, so where is that? Into the website? Not there. You can use one of two methods, either the IMAP method, which okay, so it's after that. Yes, you get to hear me edit the web server, which hosts the part that goes live, or not live. You slice it, part that goes up to the by a computer already assembled podcast feed, because I figure I may as well at least do that while I'm astounded at people that. It doesn't take very much to edit it up. Mechanical engineers, and people actually have to work on it, and we have to redesign the damn thing.
She gets to make a series and parallel series of circuits.
It's further back. Okay. Me a hot
6
tea.
from Cyrus. I'm going to write that one down.
What's that?
6 from Cyrus.
I get astounded at people that call into their phone to get shit done.
Sirius, Cyrus. I've always said Cyrus, even though technically, yes, it is Sirius, But if you listen to someone with a very English accent, it still sounds like Raspberry Pi thing. But that was really, I didn't end up getting any ads for fish food.
Their phones aren't listening.
Food or anything, but that was.
Send some emails for random shit.
But that explains it, using my emails in order to make ads.
Build it yourself computer, and they're dirt cheap. They run a part easily to see how it works. Computer already has basics of what it can build, I believe. Something heading towards Pi is your basic. Really interested in this stuff because it gives them something to learn. They're still swear to engineers when everything works wonderful.
It's kind of like 10 questions in one site to see what's going. How do you set it up?
Right after the credits. So those are your shots.
What are you doing, Dad?
Trying to find it. There we go.
All show notes.
Finding the end credits. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I gotta edit everything after the end credits, you know.
Have yourselves a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be out there on the globe today.
My favorite part, the creepy laugh.
I still think it's just cute.
It is cute. But just think if you added this to some really... No, that's like a perfect line after a mass murder scene in a movie or something.
Hey, Dad, you're confusing Hemdian. You're making the whole live editing and hearing live at the same time. You're not being very nice.
Yeah, well, I gotta get the podcast into the feed for those that actually listen to the downloaded version of the podcast. There's a lot of people that do that, you know. And I try to get it up to the show as much as possible. And I usually do it in a half an hour or so after we finish the show. And since we finished the show, I need to get this out. And now that I've edited off, and all I have to do because of the way we structure the show, all I have to do is edit off all the stuff in the front, right up to the intro, and edit everything off the back after we do the closing credits, because I don't edit anything in the middle. Unless it's a massive, major fail. I don't edit anything in the middle, period. It's live to tape, man. Warts and all, which is what makes it such an interesting show and why people seem to like it, because it just contains everything. You know, I've had comments on the fact that our show is, it always sounds so real and non-produced.
Well, that's because it's about as produced as a pair of socks, I guess. Well, no, pair of socks are more produced.
Yes, pair of socks are planned. Well, this is planned. Everything we do is planned. I plan it out, and we write a semi-script that we sort of follow week after week. You know, it's not like we don't have planning that goes into it. It's just that I don't spend hours in production or post-production. And there are shows that they spend more time in post-production than it took to record the show.
Yeah, but I've noticed that neither you nor I actually follow everything we write down.
I do it to some extent.
To some extent, yes, but...
Well, they are called notes for a reason.
True. True that. Well, I guess we should probably actually call it an end to our show.
Oh, you're tired of talking?
No, I'm not tired of talking. I could go for hours, but...
Okay.
How long are we allowed to be on here? Isn't there like a time allotment or something?
No, you can have a stream run for 72 hours. I'm trying to think who did that.
Really?
I think Louder with Crowder carried one for 36 hours.
How the hell would you even do that?
You...
Sleep. It's kind of a thing, isn't it?
You don't sleep. You play long music tracks that allow you to go pee. You know, you find ways to do it, but you know, there is no time limit. You can stream as long as you have the ability and your internet connection holds out.
Oh, okay. I always thought there was like a time limit or something.
Nope, there's no time limits.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can stream as long as you want. You know, the biggest thing is anybody listening? Well, maybe.
Well, I will be right back.
All right. I will play some music then. Just for
Sounds
fun.
good.
Let's see what we got here. Let's go for this one.
All week long you've been working hard in the factory or the shipyard. At construction you are employed. The weekend's here, now you're overjoyed with thoughts of a boisterous Saturday night. It's the
Boys not the how, and the girls not the proud. It's the blue collar workers on boisterous Saturday night.
a chance to let off steam, a chance to holler and scream. It's the blue collar workers on boisterous Saturday night. All week long you've been longing for that whistle to blow, get out that door. A quick shower, a fast meal, rev up the car and make her wheels squeal, headed for a boisterous Saturday night. It's the boys not the how, and the girls not the proud. It's the blue collar workers on boisterous Saturday night. A chance to let off steam, a chance to holler and scream. It's the blue collar workers, boisterous Saturday night. All night long you will sing and dance. If you get lucky, you'll find romance. Drink too much of that, I'm sure. Wake next morning with your head so sore, all caused by a boisterous Saturday night. It's
Christmasized. It's episode 400. It's blue collar workers, boisterous Saturday night.
A chance to let off steam, a chance to holler and scream. It's the blue collar workers, boisterous Saturday night. It's the boys not the how, and the girls not the proud. It's blue collar workers, boisterous Saturday night. A chance to let off steam, a chance to holler and scream. It's the blue collar workers, boisterous Saturday night. Lord, it's the blue collar workers, boisterous Saturday night.
There we go. See, played a rather length song, gives you enough time to run off and do what you need to do.
Totally. So there's a song I've had stuck in my head. I can't remember for the life of me the name of the band.
Okay.
But the song is Drink Her Up, Boys, It's Well After 10. That's just the chorus of it. And I can't remember the name of the band. And when I try looking it up, all I'm getting is ads for underage drinking and the Kinks. And
that sounds like it might be Spirit of the West.
No, same kind of style. It's
Oh, that I don't know. I'm not overly familiar with bands, and you know,
they're from Nova Scotia. Does that help?
the Trolls.
Something under sea.
Oh,
or sea or.
I have no idea.
I suck at this whole remembering the name of bands.
Yeah, well, don't look at me. I'm not much better at it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hemdy was mentioning that there's more than one streamer who fell asleep during their stream. People just watched them sleep at their computer, and apparently one maybe slid out of their chair slowly onto the floor.
Oh yeah, I would see it, man. It's people play, but streamers, it's like I said, streaming. There's no limit on the amount of time that. You know, if you're inactive, I noticed Discord, if you're inactive by yourself in a room, if you don't turn everything off, it cuts you off. But if you're actually got an active stream going, meaning a video camera sending stuff, they consider that a live stream.
I finally remember the name of the damn band. Great Big Sea.
Oh, okay. No, that makes
Great Big Sea, and
makes sense for the C part.
I think it's called Jakey's Gin Lyrics, or Jakey's Gin. I think that's the name of the song, but that's the song that's been going in my head for most of this episode.
Cool.
I'm happy now. I figured out what the band name is. I wonder if you can find it on your thingy.
What thingy?
The thingy that you find music on.
I doubt it, because they don't usually have major bands in there.
Great Big Sea isn't really a major band. They're a tiny Nova Scotian band that never really made it huge.
Great Big Sea. Let's see if they're in here. Nope.
No?
Oh, that's, hang on.
I think you'd like the song.
Nope. Nope, they're not in here.
Oh, that's too bad. I used to listen to Great Big Sea a lot.
All right.
So are you done all of your Christmas shopping and all that jazz?
Oh, my shopping's done.
Yeah?
I don't go out on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. I thought I might.
Why not?
I thought I might have to, but it turns out I don't, because I found what I was looking for up island, which I'll pick up the day after Christmas.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled I found that 3030. Such an awesome 3030. It's sitting for me up island.
I still have a couple of presents that didn't show up because, oddly enough, I wasn't able to find the things I was looking for in actual stores this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Poor Hemdian. Trying to wrap expensive Christmas presents in cheap dollar store wrapping paper while listening to the show. Why is dollar store wrapping paper made of plastic foil? It doesn't fold. No, it doesn't. I have the same freaking problem.
No, it does not fold. It is really a pain to deal with.
Now, if you're looking for stuff that rips really well, dollar store is absolutely the way to go. I ended up having to wrap most of my presents twice over last year because I got dollar store wrapping last year.
Yeah, it seems sometimes, saving a buck doesn't always work. It's kind of weird how that happens. Cheap is not always cheap. A lesson that took me a very long time in life to figure out and understand is that just because you're getting it cheap doesn't mean you're actually saving money.
Unfortunately true.
Not unfortunately, it is true, and it's an interesting phenomenon. Phenomenon? Phenomenon? Dun, 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 dun.
Well, no, I say unfortunately because saving a couple of bucks generally is done so because you don't have the extra couple of bucks. So I say unfortunately because unfortunately by saving that couple of bucks, you wind up losing out on everything that you're expecting to get.
Yes, that's true, because there's a nice old tale about the miner who has to buy $10 shoes because he never has $50 to buy shoes at one time. And the $50 shoes would last him 10 years, but the $10 shoes only last him 2 years. So which ones cost him more? Or no, $10 shoes only last a year. $10 shoes only last a year, but the $50 shoes would last him 10 years. So which ones cost him more? But he never has the money to be able to buy the $50 shoes. I know it's mathematics.
Something to think on.
Well, it's true. $10 shoes only last a year means he's got to buy 10 pairs of them. That's $1,000. $50 shoes for last 10 years, so only cost him $50.
True, although sometimes things that claim to last for 10 years only last for 5.
Well, but it's not about claims. It's about a moral story here. Let's not get into nitty-gritty details of let's pick the story apart and see what flowers we can find in it.
But if I pick it apart, I might find pretty flowers.
Uh-huh. You are an irritating child.
No, honestly, I was just thinking about Sean. Yeah, I forced him to buy some good shoes, and they should have lasted him for at least 3 years. They only lasted him for 1.
Yeah, well. To find out if it was worthwhile as you compare it to the other ones to see if it's a difference.
It's expensive to be poor. I agree.
It is expensive to be poor. It's more expensive to be poor than it is to be rich. Part of the problem of being rich and not being expensive, everyone gives you shit for free.
What?
You didn't know that? The richer you
okay,
are,
explain this to me.
The richer you are, the more free shit you get. The more people give you shit when you're richer than when you're poor.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know, but think about the movie stars and the other people who are rich, and they walk into a place and everything's comped. It's just comped and given to them. You know, they get these free samples and this and that. The richer you are, the more famous you are, the cheaper it is for you to do things and go places because people just give you shit. I've seen it.
Okay, that's weird.
I've seen it. When I've risen into the upper echelons, I've seen it where people just give you shit. It's really weird.
That seems back asswards to me.
It is, but that's the way the world is for some reason. The richer you are, the less you pay for shit.
Weird.
Well, our whole world is weird. Our whole world is beyond weird.
Yeah, and it's upside down right now.
Well, right now it's beyond upside down, man.
I wonder if we're going to manage to crawl our way out of what's going on right now.
What's that?
I wonder if we're going to be able to crawl our way out of what's going on right now.
Eventually. Eventually we will, but the problem is every time we crawl out, there's somebody up there that wants to crush everyone back down for some strange reason.
Well, so far I'm getting away with not being tattled on by neighbors because I have people just park down the way and walk up to my door.
No, that's good.
Yep. Not sure if I'm going to end up getting one of those tickets, but...
Well, if you do, go to fightthefines.ca and let them help you fight the fine.
Hopefully. They managed to have both of their mortgages come due this month and the beginning of next month.
But you know what's funny? Okay, I went and looked at it. Within hours of him putting out his plea, they'd raised over $250,000.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. If you go check it now, I bet they've raised the $380,000 already.
Oh, good. My $5 helped.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what they needed was, every little bit. You collect $5 from 5,000 people. That's a lot of money.
That's true.
And that's what they had. No, I'm willing to bet that they've already raised the money and they're done.
Oh, good.
It's like they have a very large audience. The Rebel has a very large audience. They're a great show. And
they really are. I like Rebel Media.
Yeah, they're mortgage.
Rebel Media or Rebel News? I think it's Rebel News.
It's Rebel News now. It started out as Rebel Media. It used to be called Rebel Media back when Lauren Southern and all the other real rebels were in it.
That's why it's stuck as Rebel Media in my head. Okay.
Because it started out as Rebel Media, and it had all the really cool rebels in it. But those rebels grew up, and they moved on and did other things. And now it's just Levance and a few other people. And these people will move on. He brings in the true ideologues, the people who have the young reporters who are ideologues. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Idealistic?
Idealistic, yeah, the idealists. He brings in the idealists because that's the young reporters are idealists and they're ready to take on the system. And then after they've been beaten by the system a few times, some of them just can't handle it and move on because the system really beats you hard when you're an idealist.
I'm impressed with Tim Pool. He's managed to make himself so well known over the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like even No Agenda is actually taking note of him now.
Well, they took note of him before, but they used to just make fun of him. There's many shows they used to make fun of him. because of his beanie and the fact that he's a flip-flopping fool and he's a milquetoast fence sitter. You know, he really is. But what he's done is he's filling the gap that Rogan is leaving. Because Rogan is leaving a gap by going to Spotify. I hope Rogan has an iron tight contract that he still gets his $100 million no matter what.
Hey, Dad, you should say bye to Hemdian. He's got to go.
Hey, goodbye, Hemdian. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. We're just going to continue chatting here while I do this work. Because we usually chat while we do this anyway, but she's usually in the same room, so we can continue chatting. Now she's, a world away.
It feels like it. You got no snow. I got loads of snow.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm just up island.
Have a Merry Christmas, Hemdian. Happy New Year's to you. Well, we'll probably hear from you just before New Year's, but have a Merry Christmas. Hope it's good for you.
Enjoy a drink.
Yeah. No, we'll just sit here and chat, and we'll just let the stream run forever and see how many people pop in and out, if anyone. We had 13 playbacks, so we've had people pop in and play stuff for a while and disappear.
My little thingy on here says 2 watching now, and every once in a while it pops up to like 4 watching, and then down to 1 watching. And
yeah, well, that's what I said. People pop in and out. People have been popping in.
It's interesting. I've never actually watched that whole how many watching now thing before, so it's interesting watching it this time around.
Yeah. Yeah, after I get this show published here, I'll go in and I'll see about making you a monitor person for the chats.
That's cool.
That'll give you some other stuff to do. So let me finish this. I got to get this done. Got to get the cover art uploaded.
So are you able to play something off of, say, YouTube or something and have it come through into the stream?
Yeah, let's find out.
Because I highly recommend The Great Big Sea, Jakey's Gin.
Oh,
because I want you to hear that song.
That's real risky for me to do that.
What? Why?
Copyright. I could get well.
Okay, I don't understand.
Chances are I'd get a copyright claim, not a copyright strike. So it's hard to
I don't
say.
understand. It's a song that's up for free.
You don't understand is that they may have put it up, or somebody else may have put it up, and may have the license to put it up.
Okay, so if you what if it were on your own disc? Would it be the same issue?
No, because then it's a personal use. You're not public use.
Oh, okay.
Public display is where copyright comes in.
Mm.
It's not personal use. It's public use is where copyright. It's like you can buy a movie, okay? A CD of a movie like Die Hard, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can invite my friends over in my house and play this for my friends. No problem.
Okay.
But I can't take this same movie down to say my building might have a common room where I could meet a bunch of people. I can't have a common room and play that movie. Because now I'm
but people do that all the time.
I know, but legally speaking, it's a massive copyright violation because you are publicly displaying the film without a license to publicly display it. I know people do it all the time, and they're rarely ever called out for the copyright violation. And it does happen from time to time if they get finicky and bicky, but if they pick on the wrong person, the media backlash might be too much for them. But the point being is, if you're using personal, you can do as much as you want. You can give it away, give it to your friends, whatever, but you can't publicly display it. And anything you put on YouTube is public display.
Okay.
Let's see. Here you go. Do you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, that's my intro for my video.
Cool.
Morning. Welcome back to the Oasis. From inside the
You sound funny.
December 21st, I do, actually. 2020. It is the winter solstice. It's in mono. We are now in the
happened to my stereo?
Of the first degree of the age of Aquarius.
I'm going to have to fix that in my
Welcome
future going
to
forward.
the
Well, I learned
changes.
something popping in here.
But
Oh. Okay.
chances. Too busy building your career to give yourself a little time. Too busy wishing you were here. Should take the time to make what's right.
That was a hell of a snowstorm I drove in. That's one of my most recent videos with the winter solstice storm. Well, that's interesting that my audio is only in one channel. Most people will never notice it, but because I have my stereo headphones in, is how I noticed it. Because I didn't notice it when I uploaded it. Okay, well, I learned something new. All right. So yeah, I can play anything from anything my computer can play. It seems I can I can get up to it. I can get it up into the stream. And if
Let me know if you hear this, because I don't know if it'll actually sound over this.
Play it on your computer.
I am.
I hear nothing but you talking.
Okay, so no, you can't hear what I play.
So your computer doesn't have a feedback to Discord for whatever you're playing.
I wonder if I can like drop this into Discord, if that would work.
You never know.
I'm actually, this whole playing with Discord thing is kind of fun. Figuring out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Doopy doopy doop. Make that go away. Does that appear again? And let's see what happens when I drag and drop this, if I can. Drag and drop. Your files are too powerful. Apparently I cannot drag and drop anything into Discord.
That's funny. All right, time to make the show live.
But we're already live.
No, the podcast itself.
I know, I'm bugging. No, that sucks that you can't actually play that. Hey, what happened?
It happened to what?
Oh, I decided to make the box with the chat thing in it big, and then all of a sudden I thought I lost my chat, but it just moved over to the right-hand side.
Oh, that's a good place for it. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's make sure everything is looking good on the publish here. That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Christmasized! It. Okay. That looks good, that looks good.
You sound a bit like a...
Okay.
You know, I don't even know what character from
Bugs
Middle
Bunny?
World you would
Yeah,
sound like.
I don't know. I gotta play another song because I gotta go refill my drink here, and let's take. Here, this is a good one.
If Jesus takes me far away, if he gives me a halo, if Jesus calls for me today, I got bad news for the angels. I am not the man they might think I am. I get drunk just because I can. I get loud and I act crazy. Most women call me lazy. I'm not the kind that they would understand. Ladies say I'm the king of one-night stands. They get mad when I kiss and tell. No, I do not like to dance. Don't cuddle up or make romance. Most times I just like to be by myself. If Jesus takes me far away, if he gives me a halo, if Jesus calls for me today, I got back to drink. I can better express myself with spirits on that top shelf, and I don't care what anybody sings. I probably am a selfish guy, and I don't care why you cry. You better not let my new shirt get wet. No, I do not want your number, don't want to meet your mother. Why can't we just hang out with no regrets? If Jesus takes me far away, if he gives me a halo, if Jesus calls for me today, I got bad news for the angels. Some bad, bad news for the angels. I'm bad, bad news for the angels.
So why is it bad news for the angels?
I have no idea. Just sounds cool.
And by the way, I finally got to look at the picture for today's show.
Uh-huh.
Why are there bunnies?
I have no idea. I just thought they were cool. I didn't draw it. It just looks funny. I guess it's the Christmas bunny.
You know, I still find bunnies kind of creepy.
Well, you know.
I'm pretty certain that if they had opposable thumbs, they would be feasting on our bodies and taking over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Bunnies are just creepy. People say they're so freaking cute, but I swear the cutest things are always the most evil things.
Yep.
I mean, have you ever heard a bunny hiss?
Here, you're
Or
looking
seen a bunny hiss?
you're looking at the live stream. Here. Here's my video. That's the
Where?
That's the road out of
The Rogues Tavern Sunday morning service?
oh no, that'll change in a moment.
Okay, well, I can't press play because I'm pretty sure that's what gave me feedback.
Don't press play or anything. It'll change on you. If you're looking at the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you watching the live stream at all?
No, I can't watch it because
Oh, well the heck.
if I watch it.
Oh, is
then
it
what
paused? You have the live stream paused?
Yeah, I have it paused, so I have to like look for things along the bar here. Like that little picture pops up.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's right at the end here, there's winter solstice, December 21st. Are you talking about when you're driving through the frickin' snow?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I could not do that. I'm terrified to drive in snow. I think that's just me being an islander, but wow, driving in snow is terrifying.
That was a lot of snow.
Yeah. Looks like you're not too far away from my place there.
No, that was out on the road from Lake Cowichan. That was the highway between highway between Cowichan and Duncan.
It's just a big mountain on the side there that just it looks like only like maybe 20 kilometers from my place, which I still consider not far from my place because where I live, 20 kilometers isn't that far.
No, it's a long ways from your place. It was still 80 kilometers from your house.
Okay. That's creepy. I could not survive that, I don't think. Well, maybe survive it, but not happily. I'm a wee bit sad. You won't join the conversation.
Who won't
Not
join the
you,
conversation?
but the other you.
What other me? Oh,
The other you that's in the chat.
my altered ego.
Yes, your alter ego.
It's floating
not
around
joining
somewhere. It's
conversation.
probably doing a whole bunch of miscellaneous things.
All the stuff that you yourself don't want to do. Oh, did I tell you that I'm turning off my phone today at some point?
Yes, you mentioned that. You're going into hiding.
Yes, I'm going into hiding from everyone, including my mother.
Especially her.
I feel a wee bit bad because like there's a couple people that I've really offended, but I don't feel bad enough to keep my phone on.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not that big a deal.
One of my buddies, he said that he would probably check out this this particular channel at some point today because he's going to be doing a bunch of drunken baking today.
Uh-huh.
He's the only guy I know who enjoys baking.
Yeah.
Every other guy I know, they like cooking, not baking.
Yeah. Well, most guys don't bake.
I wonder why that is.
I have no idea.
Like, when you look at all the professionals out there, you'll find loads of female bakers and loads of male cooks, but you don't find many male bakers or female cooks.
Yep.
It's interesting how that works.
All right. Looks like I've got most of the things all caught up now.
Oh, goody.
Show is published and live. Let's see what else we got. There you go.
You will obey.
So now that I've got this working, and I now have a Rogue's Tavern live screen for doing things, I could actually start to do some streaming, and we could see, let's see what we got here. Oh, here's one. Rebel News. Woman warned by police. So go away. Bloody commercials.
So the police have rescinded this written warning.
Yep.
And you're now free to.
Oh, English.
Or any other leaflets.
Britons.
I am. Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Lido, come back here. You're gonna give me a chance to. I hate when they do that. They put something up there and they expect you to read it in like 2 seconds.
I hate that. I have to pause so often because of that.
Yeah.
Like one of the fellas I follow, Jacob Israel, he does that. He like throws shit up all the time, and it's like he expects you to be a super fast reader. It's not on there for nearly long enough.
Yeah, did you hear Britain finally put out something that in their Court of Appeals where they decided that the freedom of expression does encompass the right to offend.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's more than Canada's got.
Well, maybe we'll get a court. We'll get a court that'll fucking see some sense in that.
That's awesome, though.
I loved it when I heard that. I went, finally, that's about as close as you can get to free speech as possible in the UK and Canada. The right to offend.
That is awesome.
Okay, so that's what they're talking about here. Okay, we're going to have to listen to this for a minute.
Free to post this or any other leaflet.
I am, yeah, thank you.
Right.
Thanks to Rebel News, I can post leaflets again if I want to.
Okay, that's cool.
Post leaflets.
Yes. So that's it. You know, you print up a little page of paper that say, you know, COVID sucks, masks shouldn't be worn, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I know what leaflets are and stuff. It's just interesting that she couldn't, and now she can.
Well, she got a warning because she was posting them because they were offensive.
Huh.
And in Britain, you know, Britain, it was really bad for a while. They're offensive. They were going after people, offending all kinds of people. But this new case that was just happened like 3 days ago. This judgment was handed down that the freedom of expression includes the right to offend people.
Maybe Australia should take note.
Oh fuck! Australia's been so bloody cucked. They used to be the manliest men on the planet, and now they're like the biggest fucking Simpson cucks.
Absolutely.
It's like I can't understand what the hell happened to them, man. It's like where the hell did their balls go?
They're in the shiny clutch purses of all the women.
Yeah.
Right next to the friggin' chihuahuas.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much how it goes. So yeah, I'll have to do this. I'll have to do this on a Rogue's Tavern now that I've getting more things squared away.
Excellent. Maybe I can join you on Rogue's Tavern once in a while.
Yeah, well, the Rogue's Tavern will be more of an open format than this. I'm trying to stay polite here.
Well, the more I drink, the less polite I am. Apologies.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. There we go. How did I end up there? All right, the Rogue's Tavern. There's my website. I got to do some more work on the website. But I have my recipe section up and working. I have my news segment. All I got to do is actually write stuff to put in here.
Your new segment, what is it supposed to be about?
News.
Oh, news segment.
News. Articles published as my image galleries. I'm starting to create image galleries. Different places, collecting images. My store, which has a couple of products that can't be purchased yet because I don't have it all completed. But it's slowly coming together.
Hey, apparently we have 3 watching now.
Do we? We back up to 3?
Yeah, we're back up to 3.
Cool. Wonder who joined us back in there.
I don't know, but whoever they are, they should say hi.
They should.
And if it's a troll, all the better.
Mm-hmm. We could use some trolls.
Absolutely.
Trolls make it entertaining.
Bring in the trolls. I would love to chat with them.
They got to be able to handle the heat, though.
That is a question. Half the trolls out there can't handle the heat on themselves, but they love to give it.
Oh, yeah. They love to give it, but they can't handle it once you start flipping it back at them. They start whining and complaining. It's like, well, you fucking started it, man. If you can't handle it, just go away.
But you hurt my feeling.
Yeah, fuck your feelings. All right. So what are we up to now? We are up, or somebody left. Whoever it was is gone now.
It must have been our chat. It must have been us chatting about trolls.
Must have been. Oh, well. So
it's like, oh shit, I can't handle the heat. I'm out.
Can't handle the heat. Get out of the kitchen. Oh, they're back again. Back up to 3.
Oh, yay. Or it's someone else. Who knows?
We got a couple hours rolling on it now.
We do. I think this is definitely the longest show ever.
Yeah, it's definitely the longest show ever for the WP plugins.
But who knows? Maybe the New Year's one will be even longer.
Well, we'll see. I don't have to go anywhere New Year's Eve either. I don't have to go anywhere today. So, except I do have to head out probably next hour or so if I want to have beer. So sometime in the next.
Are you going to the brewery?
Oh, of course. It's not like I have to walk very far.
Yeah, but your brewery actually offers decent prices. If I were to go to Ma Miller's, man, it's like $12 for 1 pint.
Yeah, well, the brewery has. I'm not going there for a pint. I'm just going there for a growler. It's $13 for a growler. You know,
they don't offer growlers.
That's because Ma Miller's not a brewery.
Exactly. So it's like I can either get $12 for 1 pint,
yeah,
or like $7 for a bomber bottle, which is decent, but that's at the liquor store, not the brewery. So.
Yeah. All right. So.
Very interesting history about Ma Miller's. Do you know it?
I knew some of it once upon a time.
Well, the history of Ma Miller's Pub is that Ma Miller, she was a widow, and she decided to start up the pub. In that particular time, a woman running a business was not okay. It was not kosher at all. But she decided to run the pub herself, even though the entire world was completely against her.
Good for her.
Yeah, and she wound up being called Ma Miller by everyone because she wouldn't allow certain behavior in her pub. She wouldn't allow certain people in her pub. She would literally pick them up by the scruff of their neck and throw them out if she didn't like them.
Yeah.
And everyone referred to her as Ma. So Ma Miller she became, and she ended up actually changing the name of the pub from Miller Pub to Ma Miller's Pub.
Yeah.
And there it stands today. It used to be like an actual place where you could go and rest, like a rest stop kind of deal.
Yeah.
But when it was no longer part of the main road, it became just the pub.
Hey, I figured out how to put the comments into the fucking screen.
What?
Well, in the live chat now. I put the comments in the live chat.
Live comment? What? What are you talking about?
The comments from the live stream. I put those into the live stream. Although it's not doing what I was supposed to, but it's playing on the screen itself. Never mind. Never mind. That's too confusing.
I'm so confused because I don't understand. Like, you're talking about the chats or
never mind.
what?
Never mind. Never mind. It's all good. It's all
probably
good.
one of the things you have to show me in order for me to understand.
It's time for me to change the background picture. Let's bring in the Vikings.
Bring in the Vikings? Bring in the Vikings.
Yeah, well, I've got all these images from every show. I've changed my background image for the show with something different. And they've just accumulated. Now I've got an accumulation of them so I can change my background image behind my live stream face anytime I want. And I decided the Vikings needed to make an appearance because I have this really cool picture of Vikings storming the shore.
Cool. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Putting the comments into the live stream. I see what you mean. I see the screenshot there.
Oh, okay.
Now I understand.
Okay, so we were going to try
what
and
just happened?
I made it vanish. Don't worry. All right.
Oh, no, I clicked on something and then anywhere I moved my mouse, shit changed on my screen and I couldn't control it. It turns out that if you click and you move your mouse at the same time, that it's an eternal click until you click again, which is new to me, but.
All right, so how do I make you a moderator? Let's try this. Let's see what happens if I right click on you. No, click on here.
No, not that.
What?
The other thing.
What other thing?
I don't know. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay.
Sorry.
I put you in timeout. I can remove you. I can hide you. Oh, there you go. Add as moderator. Boom. You're now a moderator for my channel.
Is that actually an option, timeout?
Yep, that's an option. Put you in timeout.
Wow.
I thought that was funny. Pin a message. I can pin a message to the top. I can report. I can remove. I can put the user in timeout. I can hide the user on the channel. And I can add them as a moderator.
Cool.
There. You're now a moderator, whatever that means.
Means I can kick people out.
We have 685 subscribers on our channel. We've had 8 new subscribers in the last month.
Oh, nice. Obviously, it's because of me.
Oh, absolutely. Couldn't be me. Nobody comes here for my mug. But they're not seeing your mug either, so, they haven't paid the fee. Although apparently what?
Apparently when I giggle, it's really cute, so my partner says.
Well, let's see if that helps.
Oh, whoa, my name has
It has a little
wrench next to it now.
Yeah, I noticed that. And
That's
it's blue.
cool.
And it's blue.
Well, it's purple on my screen.
All right, fine. Your color on your screen's obviously wrong.
Or it's just the options that I chose ages ago. I have everything dark screen. Actually, here's a question. Do you don't like dark screen, right?
No, I can't stand it.
So on your page where you see the chat, is it a white background or is it a black background?
It's a black background. I can't change it.
Okay, so it's not just my dark screen that makes it black background then.
No, that's their standard.
Okay. Still looks purple.
Yeah. Whatever, it's blue.
I say it's your screen that's broken.
No, my screen is right.
Well, no, the learn more that's a bit higher above, that one's blue, but my name is purple.
Okay. Oops, stocks rose today. Good for them.
Stocks and what?
Stocks. Dow Jones, industrial stocks, NASDAQ, all the stocks are up. Stocks are up today.
Shouldn't they be going down with the lockdown?
You would think, yes. You would think.
That's
And
what happened last time.
It's the theory that they're supposed to go down, but for some reason stocks keep rising. But there's a really great theory on DH Unplugged. They figure the reason stocks are rising right now is the buyers usually go away the last 2 weeks of December. And so they're not there to buy stocks, but now they're locked down at home and they're still in front of their computers. So they got nothing better to do but buy stocks.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, great theory. I kind of like it. Just getting through my emails and other miscellaneous things here as I tweak and play with things. Is anyone even still listening to the show? Who cares?
It says 3 are watching.
3 are watching? Well,
yeah.
One of them's you. The other one is my alter ego, probably. So it means somebody else out there is watching that we do not know.
Yeah, I told them if they just log in, say hi, but they haven't yet.
No, they're just there for the entertainment purposes. Costco has a Boxing Day sale. Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yes, big shocker.
All right. So.
You know, I think I'd love to have Hendian on as a guest host.
Yeah, he could be entertaining.
He could. I mean, he's always there. He's always part of the show one way or another. I think it would be great to have him as a guest host. Maybe we should send him a message or something. I guess it's up to me since I do all the menial tasks, eh?
You do. I don't do menial tasks anymore.
All right, so I'll figure out his email and ask him if he's interested in being a guest on here.
Okay.
It'd be cool if we had him as a guest host on New Year's.
Yeah, that could be fun.
But he will have to have a drink. That's the rule. Oh, cool. I have the option to remove, put user on timeout, and hide user on this channel. But how do you actually find the information on the person?
Beats me.
But you should know everything.
I should, but I don't always.
Why not?
Beats the hell out of me. There we go.
That's not useful at all.
Let's show off some photos here. Some photos from the Oasis. There we go. There's the fire pit. Better look at a fire pit. Or fire and a greenhouse. New camera takes amazing fire photos.
Hey, Hendian's got a pretty interesting channel, actually.
You know, fire photos are very hard to take.
Fire photos? Yes, they are. They're really hard to get.
I'm looking at these photos I took with my new camera of the fire, and they're like amazing fire photos. And then the zoom shots. It takes amazing zoom shots.
Oh wow, those are great photos.
The one right now is a zoom of the mountaintop, and then the next shot is really closer, and then the next shot is how far away from that mountaintop I was, which was insane.
All I'm getting are the zoom shots of the fire right now, but that's because it takes YouTube a little bit to catch up.
Well, it's a 30-second delay on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube's a 30-second delay.
So, since I'm trying to find Hendian's information, his channel has Random Thoughts, Character Death, and Traveler.
Oh, okay.
That's his most recent video. I'm going to have to actually take the time to check out his video.
He's got a video? He's got a channel?
Yeah, he's got a channel and all kinds of videos. And I've subscribed to him.
How did you find that?
I copy and pasted his name and looked for the same photo.
Okay.
It's the same photo that shows up in our little chat area. So it's got to be him.
He's got 138 subscribers.
Well, now he's got another one because of me.
He doesn't have very many videos. He hasn't put one out in a while. Here, I'll subscribe.
Looks like it's been a while.
I'll subscribe to him too.
But he's got a lot of interesting videos on here that he shares too.
Cool.
RPG, nice. Oh, interesting. Who or what is Hemdian? Joseph Hemdian, the first Baron of Yori, born 131 to 0200 on Abinal, core 0702, died 344-0249 on Yori. Spin word marches 2110. The town of Harmon was renamed Hemdian in his honor and now hosts Yori's leading university, Hemdian University. Despite leaving no issue as of 1105, it is the 90th most common surname on the planet.
Okay.
Cool.
Sci-fi.
Yep.
Sounds like fun.
No wonder I was able to talk comics with him. Still have no way of getting in contact with him, though. Bloody hell.
I've got his email somewhere.
Oh, good. If you have his email, then pass it on to me so I can shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
See if he's interested in joining us for the New Year's.
Okay. All right. Well, not seeing anything else. I've got all my stuff done.
I'm not seeing the mountains. Oh, there's the mountains. Okay. Very nice. So, where were you when you took the shot of those mountains?
The backyard, the oasis. I was in the oasis looking at that.
Oh, cool.
That's the ridge line behind the oasis, which is
always,
probably about 3 or 4 miles away. 3 or 4.
I always like those mountains, especially when it's like foggy or the snow or rain is coming down.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always fascinating. I'll get some really good footage now. I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that we have clear skies for the full moon because my camera's supposed to do full moons. Oh, someone's at my door. Hang on.
Do. Guess I'm running the channel all my lonesome right now. That's okay though. Not like my dad always has anything interesting to say, so I may as well talk complete rubbish. Rubbish. Same
I got a
thing,
package.
really.
I'll be back in a sec. Let's play some music for you.
All right.
Here. Since I like this one.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging
nice. I got my labels.
Oh, good.
All my labels and my brand new mouse pad. My Rogue's Tavern mouse pad.
Rogue's Tavern mouse pad?
Yeah. Here.
Okay, explain. Did you get your own like picture put on there or something?
Hang on a second here. I gotta change something. Yes, I had my own picture put on there. My logo.
Oh, neat.
Let's change this. Oh, where you at? Where's the setting on there? There it is, right there. There's the Rogue's Tavern logo. Drop off my background for a minute.
I will be right back.
There you go. Okay.
Hey, Dad?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Do we have anyone still in here? No, nobody there. All right, we have 3 people listening to us. I know of one at least. The other ones, I have no clue who's there. Somebody's listening. We've got a couple of likes on it. That's more than we've ever gotten. So, bonus time. All right, let's see what we got here. So, I got my labels for all of my products. I wasn't expecting these till January. I'm rather stoked about this. My glasses. Here, glasses. Come here. Oh, they're all the way over there. All right, glasses. So I got my vanilla extract labels and my deviled egg spice label. It looks like they gave me some blank labels too. Yeah, cool. Blank labels I can use. That's nice. That'll be useful. Almond extract.
What on earth was that? I put my headphones on. It sounded like nothing but static.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I was being quiet. I didn't play any music while you were gone.
So here's a question for you.
Uh-huh.
At what age do you start giving the kids Santa gifts?
Never.
Never?
No, if you really want to give them Santa gifts, you still give them Santa gifts. They know by age 10 that Santa's a construct, and he's just there to preserve the magic of Christmas. But it's still kind of cool once in a while to get Santa gifts. Even adults like getting gifts from Santa.
That's true. Yeah, I should probably admit I knew Santa wasn't real by age 4.
Oh yeah, most kids didn't know that, but they like to preserve. Everyone loves to preserve the magic that Christmas is.
That's true.
Even if they know the truth, it's like everyone makes a big deal of it. And it's like, oh yeah, you're damaging. No, you're not damaging anyone. You're helping to preserve that little bit of humanity that we all hope to come to fruition.
So there's this one fella who I follow. He's like ex-CSI, very proud of it. Mm-hmm. Or not CSI, something. Ex-military, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's very proud of it. And he writes these little stories pretty much every day. Mm-hmm. His most recent story was about the Santa house elf thing. Mm-hmm. Elf on a Shelf, that's what it's called.
Oh, fuck, Elf on a Shelf is fucking bizarre.
Well, his title was Why I Hate Elf on a Shelf. Mm-hmm. It turns out he hates Elf on a Shelf because his wife was initially responsible for moving the elf to a new spot in the house every night. Mm-hmm. Well, his wife has been sick for the last little while, mm-hmm. and so he's been responsible for moving the elf. Mm-hmm. And he spends like total of 0.5 seconds thinking about where to put the damn thing. Mm-hmm. And he didn't move it till the morning this last time. And he moved it to the bathroom because, that's where he was heading. Mm-hmm. And his
trip,
young
poor guy.
daughter comes out of the bathroom and goes into the room and goes, "Mom, why was the elf on the shelf watching me pee? Why would he do that, Mom?" And his wife was like, "I don't know, honey. Why would he do that?" The last part, of course, being directed at him.
Uh-huh.
And he had and he had to reassure both his daughter and his wife that no, the elf wasn't actually watching her pee. He probably didn't realize he was in the bathroom. He was just resting. His eyes were closed. You're all good.
Yeah, that's actually funny.
But that reminded me of Alea.
Mm-hmm.
About 4 years ago, when we first moved into this house, Elf on the Shelf was huge. It was everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get an Elf on the Shelf. But Alea was convinced that there was an elf on the shelf and that it was watching us.
Yeah.
And we had to get up at 11 at night and 5 in the morning to go searching for the elf on the shelf to make sure that the elf on the shelf wasn't anywhere in the house and watching us secretly to report back to Santa.
Yeah.
Yes, that was an interesting time when she was worried about the elf on the shelf watching. I'm not sure if Elf on the Shelf is really a good idea.
Yeah, not so much.
But it's like in 90% of the households these days. It's so weird. I can only imagine how easy it would be to install spyware into this Elf on the Shelf thing.
Oh yeah, it'd be very easy. All of that creepy stuff.
Like that babysitter teddy bear thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the videos that I've seen on YouTube from the babysitter teddy bear things are just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, completely innocent actions are caught on tape, and then they're shown as, "Oh my goodness, look at this, it's so evil."
Oh, absolutely. All right, I got plenty of time still. Oh, we're back down to 2 viewers. We've been abandoned.
Yeah, we have. I guess we're not entertaining enough.
No, not enough people know we exist either, so.
That's fair. Well, the last comment I made brings me to another bitch of mine.
What's that?
The whole bitch of, if you have nothing to hide, then you have no reason to demand privacy.
Bullshit, everyone has something to hide.
Oh my, even if you actually don't have anything to hide, like you actually have a squeaky clean everything.
There
like
is
that
nobody that is squeaky clean where they don't have something to hide.
That one lady who got raised up to the judge, whatever.
Even she's got something to hide somewhere.
Probably, but my point is, even if you have nothing obvious to hide, it doesn't freaking matter.
No.
You shouldn't have to give up all of your privacy just because you have nothing to hide.
Oh, that's true.
I don't understand people who are like, "Oh, if you have nothing to hide, then let them snoop."
Well,
no,
let them watch you go pee.
No,
okay,
it's ridiculous.
You're not understanding, because that's something people have to hide. They don't want to let people watch them go pee. They don't want to let them watch them take a shower. Everyone has something to hide, even if it is they would just like to take their shower in absolute privacy. So if you have nothing to hide, and everyone should be able to video or surveil you all the time, they should be able to surveil you all. Even the Big Brother household thing, the Big Brother show, even in that show, they're not allowed to watch them in the showers, or in the bath, or on the toilet.
Which is probably where they all go to masturbate.
Yeah, probably. They got to go somewhere. Even though on some of it they have some good sex scenes, watch them bumping under the covers.
Oh, I just had a memory of when the kids were just toddlers. Ivy was 3, Alea was 2. Ivy taking a bath. And of course, Ivy knew how to open the door and all that jazz. Yeah. So I'd be taking a bath, and then both of them would wander in, bring their tub toys and start playing in the bath, and I'd be sitting there going, "Oh my God, leave me alone."
Yes. Well, that's part of being a parent.
Yes. The kids, they just won't leave you alone.
Kids don't know boundaries. They learn them as they get older. As they get older, they discover the boundaries.
Oh, there was a great video I saw. I think it might have been on Facebook. And it was this mother of twins, and she was hiding in the pantry so she could have a cookie all to herself. And there was these little fingers reaching under the pantry door going, Mom? Mom? Mummy?
Yeah.
It's like, give me a moment to have a cookie to myself. You won't even give me that. You're like little zombies.
No, they are, man. Kids are
Drunken midgets. That's my favorite explanation of toddlers.
Yeah, that's what they act like, drunken midgets. Get into everything and anything they can.
And no understanding of, oh, you're pooping, I should leave you alone. No, instead I'll knock on the door and whine and cry. And yet, once the kids get older, we kind of miss them at that age. What's wrong with us?
That's what it's called. It's called selective amnesia. It's what allows the species to propagate. It's the same amnesia that allows women to have more than one baby.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because if women paid attention to what went on after their first baby, they'd never have another one.
I must be finally surpassing that selective amnesia because I'm remembering all the frustrating times.
Yeah, well, it does kick in eventually, but for a while there, it's a selective amnesia, and it's designed into human psyche so that our species propagates. If it wasn't for these things, our species would have died out a long freaking time ago.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
So I wonder, with women having children around 30 or even sometimes 40, I wonder if the reason why they're having children so late is because they don't have that earlier memory.
Well, they don't have that earlier memory for starters, but they've also their natural instinct, because women are designed to have babies. That is their main purpose in existence, is to have babies.
Hence the hips.
Hence the hips and everything else. But what happens is their biology takes over and their brain goes, I gotta have a kid. You don't have much time left. And, the ones that have them in their late 30s and 40s are pushing against time anyway.
Oh, I understand the biological clock ticking. I've had that issue for the past few years.
Yeah.
I think mine is finally starting to wind down, though. Thank the gods.
Yeah, it eventually starts to wind down. All right. Well,
I'm good.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to wind this one up. And before I go, though, what we're going to do is, because we've got so many things working well, I'm going to arrange to do a Rogues Tavern live stream with you, and we can go into all of this crazy stuff. This is stuff that belongs in the tavern, not on the WP plugins.
That's true. Apologies for bringing it all up.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm good with it. It's just that I would like to make the Rogues Tavern something interesting and do things like videos and things like that, and go over, what's my latest from my YouTube stream of all of the crazy folks I'm looking at. Hey, will 2021 be the year of Texas exit?
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah. I've also recently found another one, a guy who scams the scammers and puts them up on YouTube. He drains their bank accounts. He wipes out their computers. He deletes their. He keeps them online. It's really quite funny. I watched one of them, and he's got this guy, and he's faking this old woman's voice, and the whole time he's faking this whole woman's voice, he's hacked into their computers and he's deleting their files. And he gets to the end, and goes, "Hey, all your files are gone." He changes the accent, and it was, listen to the scammers just panic and freak out. It's really quite funny.
You have to send me a link to that channel.
It's called Atomic Shrimp.
Atomic Shrimp? No wonder I've never found it.
Yeah, I found it by accident. I don't know how it popped into my thing here. Yeah,
okay, so I received this exciting email which reads, "Hello, wow, congratulations." 3 exclamation marks, but only 1 congratulation. It is a great pleasure to inform you that you emerge winner to the sum of €1,750,000.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, so no, that's not the guy. The Atomic Shrimp isn't the guy I was watching. Sorry, he's not. He's another one that's doing the scammer ones. But yeah, it's this one guy here. There's one guy here that I was watching, and that's all his whole channel is nothing but dealing with the scammers. And it makes it he's really quite entertaining while he does it too.
I fell for a scammer once. I have to admit, one time I fell for the scammer, but within half an hour of ending the call, I had an uneasy feeling. So I managed to fix it before it went bad.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Oh, it's called Scammers Payback.
Oh, not Atomic Shrimp?
No, not Atomic Shrimp. It's called Scammers Payback.
Scammers Payback. All right, I'll write that down.
Scammer Payback.
Scammer Payback. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, fuck.
Excuse me?
Did I told you to restart your computer, ma'am?
I thought you said restart the computer.
I told you to restart your computer. I told you to leave your mouth, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's what he does.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it's really quite funny to watch, man. It's just hilarious to watch. It's like, yay, somebody fighting back against the scammers who has the skills. The guy has the skills, the typing skills, the hacking skills to go against the scammers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My favorite is when they drain the scammers' bank accounts. That's my favorite. They have a tough time.
All right, I shall watch this.
Yeah. They have a tough time returning it to anyone, but it's still just quite funny.
I wonder if he's on BitChute.
Maybe. I have no idea.
I still prefer everything on BitChute, but a few of the channels that I follow, they just haven't moved over to BitChute, which, by the way, BitChute has gotten all of the funding they need in order to be fully on their own.
Yeah,
which I'm very grateful for.
They're beyond that now. They're starting to BitChute is bringing online their streaming service soon.
Yeah. Nice.
And once BitChute has a streaming service, a lot more people will move there.
Although they have completely lost their app.
Yeah, that's because
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if they removed it or if just like the Play Store removed it on them or what's going on with that.
Google Play and Apple removed them because they're getting too big.
Ah, okay.
They're getting too big, and they have real freedom. So you can't have that. Google iTunes won't allow that. You're not allowed freedom, man. For the last 3 years, you hear all these people. Well, if you don't like their systems, go out and build your own. Well, some people have gone out and built their own, but yet somehow they've always managed to try and crush them down. Well, it's our system. You can't have your app on our system. It's like you do realize how wrong that is, right? There's only 2 major iOS systems for phones.
Very true. I just logged into BitChute and Timcast Earl has one of the videos. Huge fireball falls from sky in China. Are these aliens? That should be an interesting video to watch.
Oh, yeah, that would be. I'll have to go look and see what Timcast has got. Let's see what he's got. Is it Timcast or Tim Pool video?
Timcast Earl. IRL.
Oh, Timcast IRL. Okay, in real life. Timcast in real life. Okay.
I just say Earl.
Huge fireballs fall from the sky in China. Are these aliens? Oh, this was something they did last night. Because he does his IRL chat at evening. That's his IRL, his Timcast IRL is the one that's going to replace Joe Rogan Live.
Yeah.
Because he's starting to get the same cool guests that Joe Rogan used to get.
It's because he does it every freaking day.
Well, yeah. Well, he's got no life, man. And of course, he's 33 years old. He's single.
He's the same age I am.
Yeah, he's the same age as you.
Huh.
He's in his prime. He's in his prime working years right now. His ultimate prime. He spent his 20s learning the system. He came up in his 20s doing the street work. Doing all the grunt work, everything he needed to do and learn. And then in his late 20s, he started broadcasting out of his apartment. And then about 2 years ago, he finally earned enough money to buy himself a place. He bought his place first in New Jersey thinking it was good and realized, I need to get the fuck out of here. And now he's somewhere out in the boondocks somewhere. I think he's somewhere near Texas. You know, judging from the fact that he's had a few guests that are Texas people that have been on his show and been in his studio. So that makes me think that he's somewhere near Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So at any rate, he moved in there and he's building himself his own studio on his own property. So, and he's done what needs to be done is, you know, monitor your money, spend only what you need, spend what you need to get built up, reinvest in yourself while keeping control of your funds. Don't overspend everything, you know, and that's what he's done, you know, and he's also learned how to invest along the way. He's mentioned that a few times. So yeah, he's going to be big, and he's already played the game many times.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, do you think that the male and the female prime age is different?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think the female prime age is?
For working years?
Yeah.
It's generally from 35 to 60. Men, it starts at about 30 and runs to about 60. But the prime working, because females are supposed to be having babies in their 20s, and they hit their mid 30s before they're released from their babies, because their babies are hitting teenagehood in their 30s.
Okay.
And that's when they start getting their life back, and they can actually start working again and going full bore and not have to worry about anyone. Men can do it anytime they want, but the prime working years for everyone is truly considered between 30 and 50 years old. 20 years makes sense. 20 years is a prime working years. That's when you're at your peak of health, your peak of development. Most men don't develop a brain till they hit their mid 30s.
Yeah, I know that one.
You know, women develop their brain about the time they hit their mid 20s, but men develop their brain about the time they hit their mid 30s. That's when their big brain overpowers their little brain in their thinking power. You know, and then they can actually get shit done. And that's why they're prime working years, and they get so much more done. There's a lot that they can do because they're in peak health.
You know, I think that our conversations for your other channel will be very, very awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they'll be entertaining. All right, we're going to wrap this.
Do that?
Let me get a hold of you a little while later, and we can set up some times for it. And we can sit down and chat them up. Now that I've got everything working for the streams, I can set those streams up and get them working away. And I've got gave me some time to go through and set up my screens for it so that everything works. Yeah, I'm quite thrilled. I may actually start to do my Sunday morning service again, or Sunday evening service, because I'm never home on Sunday mornings. Well, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the Rogues Tavern, and I used to do a Sunday morning service where I was reading the Bible. And
yes, I remember that.
I got partway through the book of Genesis, and then life got busy and I couldn't do them anymore. But now I want to jump around the Bible. It's kind of reminded me of how I started out the WP Plugins A to Z show, where I was going to do plugins. Every show was going to have a plugin beginning with the letter of the alphabet. And I didn't plan much further past the 26th episode, but about the time I hit the 14th episode, I realized this is nearly impossible to do. I'm just going to have to just do plugins. But my first 7 to 10 episodes is plugin A's, plugin B's, plugin C's that begin with the letters A, B, C. It was really quite an interesting thought and theory, but of course it evolved into something different as it went along. But the audio is so shitty on the first few episodes. Oh God, it's so sad.
Well, maybe I'll start taking that on. I'll do with my 3 plugins. I'll do ABC, DEF, DHI.
Good luck.
I can try.
Good luck with that. All right.
Now that I know that's your original idea.
That was the original idea of WP Plugins A to Z. That's where it originally came from. But and of course it evolved into something different. And because A to Z covers everything, it's much like Amazon. You know, if you ever look at Amazon, that smiley face that arrow draws a smiley face from A to Z.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't recognize that. That's pretty cool.
In their logo. And it's purposely like that because what it meant was Amazon is going to sell everything under the sun from A to Z, which is pretty much what they do.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I never noticed that before. Yeah. I just noticed the creepy smiley face.
Yeah, well, if you look at it, it starts at the A and ends on the Z.
I see that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, logos have meaning to them. Many people don't realize that logos have messages in them.
Yes, I've noticed that. I've made a couple logos myself.
Yeah, they all have messages in them, and some of them are so well done, it's hard to pick them out. It's like the FedEx logo.
The FedEx logo.
Mm-hmm. It has a arrow in it.
Oh.
Many.
I have to look at it.
Many logos have messages or subliminal text in them. Even the logos.
Oh, with the arrow pointing forward?
Yep. For speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even the logos. Every logo I've ever designed has a subliminal message in it.
Cool.
All logo designers put subliminal messages in their logos.
Must be why my logos haven't made it all that big. I didn't have subliminal messaging.
You need the subliminal message, man. You got to reach that animal brain that people don't pay attention to, but is always gathering information. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta run. Go do my things. I will give you a call in a couple hours, and we'll arrange something to sit down and have a chat. And at the Rogues Tavern. So anyone who's listened this far to the show, don't forget to go check out the Rogues Tavern. I don't expect there's very many people listen this far. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a good one, kiddo. That was a good show. It was lots of fun. It was only 2.5, 3 hours long.
It says started streaming 3 hours ago, and we got 4 likes, which is totally awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's more than I've ever accomplished. We'll have to see what New Year's brings us. All right, I'm gonna stop the stream. All right, talk to you later, kiddo. Bye.
Love you, Dad. Bye.